In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie, I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Grand Rising. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for being here. Hold on. Hold the music. Hold the music. Grand Rising. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. I had to reschedule my live. I thank you guys for showing up. If you've learned something new today, I see Nappy Child was here earlier. Thank you for coming, Nappy Child. Madison, thank you for being here. Grand Rising, Room Shaker. Okay, so today's an interesting day. We have 47 who has fucked up this whole United States of America in 100 days. I wonder if dumb bitches are still trying to do the news and pledge allegiance to dumb motherfuckers. Only a dumb bitch would do a dumb shit like that. I wonder where are all of these dumb bitches who are out here screaming about the virtues of 47 being a great president. I wonder why these dumb bitches don't come over here and click my link anymore. Hey, Detach Myself, Grand Rising to you. It is good to see you. Now, let's get into it. The U.S. adults' feelings on 47 presidency is over the highest polled feeling is that they're furious. Let me remove my banner. The highest polled feeling about this fucked up presidency is that most people are furious. So let's keep it a buck. Let's call it what it is. This is some fucked up bullshit. And it's bad when Africa, many nations in Africa said, nigga, get the fuck out of my face with this colonialism of bullshit. No, you're not going to take 50%, 51% of our motherfucking oil. No, motherfucker, you cannot have our shipping ports. No, motherfucker, you will not be getting no rare earth minerals from us. How dare you even present this shit? No, motherfuckers, we don't need your motherfucking protection for a motherfucking thing, motherfucker. We gonna do our deals with Russia and China, motherfucker. And how dare you think that we are South Africa is gonna lead the BRICS when it is obvious that you do not know how to even have trade deals, and we are in the BRICS with the Chinese. You think we're going to turn our backs on the people who we are in a shipping situation with to come over there with you, who is about to have your motherfucking people paying exorbitant taxes for goods because y'all don't create anything and everything that you get comes from China. But you such a dumb motherfucker that you sitting up here putting 245% tariffs. Uh, eh, they keep saying it's a 145% tariff, but y'all forgot the other 100% tariff. So it's at that point, it's just a trade embargo against China. So they don't expect anything to be coming in. And so all of this jaw jerking about the first 100 days. How come ain't nobody jaw jerking about the fact that American shelves would be empty? That was last week. They had predicted 2 weeks ago. They had predicted that 2 weeks ago. So we have one more week, or maybe a week and a half, before we start to see it. Y'all better go out and get whatever the fuck y'all need right now. I'm sorry that nobody is paying attention to the news because they think that they get it on World News Tonight. But World News Tonight ain't telling y'all motherfuckers a goddamn thing about this shit while they going out and getting what they need and what their people need and what their families needs and people who are close to them who are in the know need. But you dumb niggas out here worrying about a new nigga in the beef sector. But you dumb niggas are out here worrying about a nigga who trying to act like he's better than everybody else and ain't got shit else to do but sit his ass in the beef sector and lie. Anyway, let me just pathetic. Just pathetic. Okay, if you learned something new in here, please feel free to hit my goals, because that is always my goal, is to let you in on something that you may not know that is going on in the world. A lot of shit has not been broadcast on the regular news, the for-profit news, because why would they only are looking to soothe your feelings and emotion and keep you coming back. They don't want to scare you off. Some of you motherfuckers are too dumb and y'all don't want to know what's really going on in the world. Okay, so where are we going to start? Let me see where I'm going to start. Amazon. Do we really give a fuck about Amazon? No, we don't give a fuck about you, Amazon. But Amazon, Jeff Bezos, who was sitting up there with his Madam Puppet Face fiance Lauren Sanchez at the inauguration, is sitting in front of the 47's actual administration. He actually paid $1 million to his inaugural finances. But you sitting up there with that broke face wife, bitch, broke face girlfriend, not wife, at the inauguration. The same Jeff Bezos, who owns, what is the Washington Post, who who strangely would not allow the editorial edition of the paper endorse who they had chosen to endorse for this past election, and who they had chose to endorse this past election, it was Kamala Harris. But then all of a sudden, Jeff Bezos decided that, oh, we're doing something differently this year. We're not going to endorse any candidate this year. Oh, so now you wake up this morning and Jeff Bezos think we give a fuck about him telling us why he raising one of the world's richest men who fucked up in his whole fucking personal uh bid to get close to power. And now he's telling us why prices at Amazon are going up. He's telling us that he will when you buy something for Amazon, he would there will be a line on there to tell you how much the tariffs is costing you and this is why the price of the item is so high. But instead of letting his independent editorial staff endorse the better candidate, we got to pay from him trying to be closer to power. We got to pay for him being a kiss ass. That's why they told you a long time ago to stop fucking with Amazon. But some of you motherfuckers want to act like you some elite bitches and shit and talking about, oh, well, I can't go to the store. I can't imagine going to the store. But you can imagine paying for your own detriment. You want to act like y'all some highbrow hoes, you lazy bitches. And now it's going to cost you. Ugh, that's what's wrong with motherfuckers always trying to act like they so motherfucking elite to their own peril. Hey, Sincere Saida, Grand Rising. Hey, M. Renee. So Jeff Bezos has announced that he will put in a somewhere on in your cart when they are tallying up your cart how the tariffs has individually affected the price of the things that you're buying, because he will be passing that price on to you. Don't forget about him paying $1 million to be close to 45, 47. Forget about him kissing ass. He got a motherfucking bitch who need plastic surgery every other day. He can't mitigate the cost that is going to cost Amazon to ship everything from China. And then thank you, Rockwell. I appreciate you. And I am just here to teach you guys something. And then the actual lion, Carolina Levitt, the spokes liar for 45, 47. What she do this morning? She came out saying that Jeff Bezos has partnered with a propaganda wing of China. Held his picture up. Can you imagine? But y'all kept feeding Jeff Bezos his money, though. A den of thieves. Everybody sleeping like pirates. Everybody got one eye open around each other, trying to get close to power. In the meantime, all of them are trying to fuck the regular people, and y'all bending over and spreading your butt cheeks so they can slide right in. Trying to act like you some elite motherfuckers. No, you dumb motherfuckers. Ugh. God. Anyway, let me share my screen. I have some things I want to share with you. We may as well start with what I have already started with. Where is the Amazon shit? Okay, here we go. Oh, I have this up here twice. That's why. Hold on 1 minute. Oh, And happy 100 days. 4547 has also awakened to 7 articles of impeachment. Somebody finally pulled the trigger on that, and we're going to check that out. Mm, mm, mm. Here we go. Right here. Oh, I'm in the wrong. I apologize. I was in the wrong area to pull that up. Let me pull that up. Amazon and the BS of it all. Let's check out the BS of it all with Amazon. Why don't we? So this is the White House response to Amazon saying that, hey, we're going to show you why your stuff is so high, um, and we're going to put it right there next to your cart. So this is what the White House came out, and this Tom Bessent, the guy who's over, who is he? The Treasury Department. He's a whole kiss ass, lick ass, and I am so sick of seeing him come out here and go back and forth like a goddamn bolo bat, a motherfucking boomerang on everything he said. To be so rich and to be so ignorant. We know he sucked dick. He must suck a lot of dick to be at the weak bitch that he comes up here every day stating lies as if he's some grand ass motherfucker. All he is a ball licker, literally and figuratively. Uh, let's listen.
Mr. Secretary, so it was reported this morning that Amazon will soon display a little number next to the price of each product that shows how much the Trump tariffs are adding to the cost of each product. So isn't that a perfect, crystal clear demonstration that it's the American consumer and not China who is going to have to pay for these policies?
I will take this since I just got off the phone with the president about Amazon.
Bitch, she asked him. She asked him. So you step in and I'll take it. And then he stepped back. He stepped back because he don't want to be a part of this lie. The lie that 4547 has been out here trying to make people think that China was the one who's going to be paying these tariffs. If you had a half of a brain, you knew that you were going to be paying these tariffs. And talking about how rich America was going to get after all of these deals. Talking about he has made 200 deals on these tariffs and only have tariffs on 195 countries. So how the fuck he made 200 deals but can't name not one country he made a deal with? But I digress. I went too far. That's coming.
Amazon's announcement. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? And I would.
Okay. How come they didn't do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation higher than it's been in 40 years? Have we not learned anything about who is responsible for controlling the inflation? It is not the administration. You know, kind of like when Trump was demanding that that the Fed chair lower inflation. And or if he then tried to threaten the Fed chair that if he didn't lower inflation, he was going to get rid of him and it would be easy to get rid of him. And then what happened? And then the stock market dropped 1,000 more points. And then he came out the next day and saying, oh, no, I never said I wanted to get rid of the Fed chair. So now this bitch comes right back out and tells you that the Biden administration hiked inflation rates. Comes right back out and tells you now is a motherfucking dumb bitch over there licking Trump's balls who decides that she wants to live in my motherfucking skin because she has no motherfucking ideas of her own, telling you the real news, or the dumb bitch over there talking about what she feel as a dumb bitch. Ugh. Anyway, let's continue.
But also add that it's not a surprise because, as Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American. It's another.
Okay. So she held up his picture to prove exactly what? What was that proving? We know who he is. So she held up something as if she actually proved something to the press. She probably did prove something to the press because the press is a bunch of sycophants in there, a bunch of podcasters, a bunch of motherfuckers who are so afraid that they would lose their access to that press room instead of asking real questions and real follow-up questions. When have you seen a press corps this fucking week? Let's continue.
The reason why we are onshoring critical supply chains here at home to shore up our own critical supply chain and boost our own manufacturing here.
Is Jeff Bezos still a Trump supporter?
Look, I will not speak to the president's relationships with Jeff Bezos, but I will tell you that this is certainly a hostile and political action by Amazon. And Secretary, if you have anything to add.
Yeah.
This is a hostile and a political action. No, this is the actions that he chooses to take. This is an action that he has to take, in his opinion. But now you're out here saying this is a hostile act from Jeff Bezos from having to raise prices, which you guys already knew he was going to have to raise. And this is the result of Jeff Bezos being such a fuck boy that he found out the hard way. This is the actual act of Jeff Bezos fucking around and finding out. So let's see how many of you motherfuckers gonna be clamoring to buy from Amazon. Let's see how many of you motherfuckers ain't gonna try to get off your asses now and find better prices. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Hey, Judy Coles. Thank you for being here. I'm not familiar with you, but it's good to see you. Please hit the like button on your way in. I greatly appreciate that. And if you find out something that you haven't heard or some new news here, please hit the goals. Those are my goals, is to inform you or let you know some things that I have not heard in the national media, and to give you links to this. All links are in my description box of anything that I use on here. So I'll get rid of Caroline and her lying ass. Okay, so what else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about hold on one second. To be clear on things, I don't think that America can absorb all of just tons and tons and mounds of people coming to America. But we're not going to act like it's only Hispanics that come to America and stay illegally. We're not going to ignore all the Asians who come in from China through the southern border. I had already talked about this. I already showed you videos of this, of them pouring in through the southern border, of all the people who are being deported. I don't see any of those people being deported. I don't see any white people from other European nations or Canada being deported. So let's be real clear on what I feel about deportation. I think that our country cannot absorb all of this illegal people, not illegal immigration. I don't think that our country can hold all that. I think that that's some of the things that is holding our country back. And I don't see any corporations or companies who hire them, who are paying them less money under the table and all of that, which allows for their wives, girlfriends, or whatever to go and then collect food stamps. I don't see how that is helping our nation. True enough. But let me tell you something. That birthright citizenship, like it or not, that is the law. That's birthright citizenship is the law. And so 47 thought that he would sign an executive order and remove birthright citizenship. So it has gone through the courts and it has been upheld. So can anybody tell me why there have been 4 American children who have been deported? And one with stage 4 cancer, who mother was not allowed to collect his medication, talk to his doctor, talk to his father, talk to any of their family members. All they did was deport them. It is questionable if they were even given a chance to talk to anybody to come get their children. It is alleged that one mother wrote a letter in English that she does not speak, that her child is going with her. And they're not clear if it was a demand or if it was something she wanted to say herself. They're not clear on that because it was in English and she don't speak English. Okay. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? Let me share this with you guys right quick, because you don't get to just fuck over people, and you can be against something, but just because I'm against something, it doesn't mean that I am going to let you just plow over people and people's rights. The rights of these children. Now these children have lawyers because they just decide to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. This is disgusting that this one of these children has stage 4 cancer and is a actual citizen. And they deported this child. I mean, these are some deplorable people we're dealing with in this office. 100 days of chaos. This is all this is. And this big tomato nose motherfucker who drunk half of the time, you can't barely understand what his punk ass is even saying. This Ted Holman who's over ice. Hold on. Ugh. These people are disgusting individuals. Here we go. Let me share this with you. I hate liars. I just really hate liars. Here we go.
I'd said from day one that if you enter this country legally, it's a crime. If you choose to have a U.S. citizen child, knowing you're in this country legally, you put yourself in that position. You put your family in that position. What we did is remove children with their mothers who requested the children depart with them. They weren't deported. We don't deport U.S. citizens. The parents made that decision, not the United States government.
This is what he said.
The Trump administration put 3 children, and the children are United States citizens, and that's an important point here, on deportation flights with their mothers late last week. One of them is a 4-year-old boy with stage 4 cancer who was deported without medication or the ability to contact their doctors, the family's lawyer said. And while the so-called border czar, Tom Homan, says their mothers chose to have their children shipped out of the country with them, it's not at all clear that that's exactly what happened. The mothers were given, quote, given virtually no opportunity to speak with lawyers or their family members. Maria Teresa Kumar is the president and CEO of the Latino political engagement organization, Voto Latino.
So So, do you think that they gave them the option of, if you want your child to stay, give us a number of a relative who can come pick your child up, or do you think that they and being what happened to the Latino children the last time that they separate the children from their parents, and many of them to this day have not been reconnected with their children? Do you think that a mother wanted to separate from their child in this government, even though the child is legal? You think they gave them the option of, hey, we'll stay here to a family member come pick up your child? No, I wouldn't release my child to these monsters either. Seeing what happened the last time, let's keep it a buck. Do you think that they didn't tell these mothers some horrid story to get this child out of this country? Because these are some motherfucking deranged motherfuckers that know that this child has the right to stay in the United States, that this child is a born citizen, but because his mother isn't, they are trying to get them both out of this country. Let's keep it a buck. It is what it is. The law is what it is. Do you think they didn't tell her that they was going to put that child in foster care or some shit? Or do you think that they said, okay, we'll call a family? No, they told. I'm of the thinking that they probably told this woman, we will put this child in state custody, and your child will go to a foster family. I can imagine them telling these parents all of this so that these parents would make the decision to take their children who were born here legally out of this country because they weren't born here legally. I'm not an apologist for any of the shit that these Hispanics did, because these Hispanics already knew what it was, but they overwhelmingly voted 45-47 in, so they getting what their hand called for. But I'm not for separating parents and children and all of this deranged shit that this administration, breaking the laws that this administration is doing, just for the presentation of their being effective. What happened to all these gang members that they were going targeting? They deported one child by himself, alone. One 4-year-old child to Honduras by themselves. A 4-year-old. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Good morning, Zisara. How about young kids defending himself in immigration court? That's so sad. I seen a couple of videos. Yeah, they just gave some of these children lawyers. They had no lawyers. How is a child, a 4-year-old, gonna defend themselves in immigration court? Okay. So I also wanted to talking about selling access to the United States. Who knows what the emolument clause is? That means that no person can use the office of the presidency to get rich, and that's what it means. And that's exactly what's going on. If you guys are familiar with that Trump meme coin, that Trump meme coin is a family coin that while it doesn't matter how good or badly that coin does on every trade, 47 gets 85% brokerage fee. So it's not about how the coins do. It's about that he gets dumb motherfuckers in here to trade the coin. And how do he get people in to trade the coin, you may say? Well, some people may be anybody can trade this coin, and none of this is supposed to be going on while he's the president of the United States. Understand, none of this is supposed to be going on. But why is it going on? Because you have a limp dick Republican Senate and Congress who are allowing him to do any and everything that he wants to do. Okay, so if you are from a foreign company, all you have to do is buy millions of dollars of his meme coin, and nobody can go back and do a FOIA request on that. It's not prohibited. None of this is prohibited. Somebody from another country who wants a favor, who wants him to do something, to enact a rule or a law or an executive order, as it were. Anybody, a Russian oligarch he has come out boldly and said that he will sell them that little gold card of what is it? The little gold card, he says, to give you citizenship for $5 million. He did outright say it, and has actually held it up so you can look at it. As he said, oligarchs can buy it. Anybody who has $5 million can buy it to become a United States citizen. I guess 4-year-old children don't apply, who were actually born here. Okay, so let's talk about. Hey, Carrie, good to see you. Oh, I thought you were coming at the host. Let me see. Russia bots revenge. Let me see. You side with the beast. Don't cry when you get bit. Hey, Russian bot revenge. That time I was quick. Sorry about that. If the 4-year-old got meme coin money, the 4-year, yeah, okay. Let's talk about this meme coin. And let me see. Where? In the meantime, while I find this meme coin, I want to remember Zelensky and 45, 47 got together at the fume. I'm going to share with you something that they didn't want you to see that happened at that fume when Zelensky and 45, 47 got together. So while I look for that, go ahead and check out what you didn't see when they got together. They were looking at their body language, and 45, 47 looked defeated. And, Zelensky, he looked like he, could jump up real quick. I don't know. So let's check this out.
So this is something people do.
Okay. We're just going to check this out. See, that's why it was a lot of still pictures. It was not a lot of video. This is why they just diverted to just showing the still pictures and talking about how grand of a moment this was. And let's not forget that 45, 47 left directly after this service. See, that's why they only put still pictures out. Did y'all know that? Have you guys seen this? Tell me you guys have seen this. Okay. All right. Let me stop screen. Let me see what you guys are saying. You side with the bees and don't cry when you get bit. Okay. You didn't get a notification? It's commercial. It's commercializing bribery. You are exactly right, but that does not get around the emolument clause of the seat of the president. Good morning, Miss Queenie. It's okay. Keep going. Very Carrie. No, I love Ronnie Q. Thank you. I appreciate you. Quick draw, Carrie. Oh, you saw it, Z Sarah. Whoa, play that again. Very telling body language. Oh, you want me to play that again? Uh, yes, it's up here. I will play that again. It is still up here. Let's one more time. Let's look at why they only show pictures of the Zelensky Trump meeting when they were at the Pope's funeral. Okay, so here we go. Let me share my screen. Okay, yes, it's shared. Okay. This link is in the description box as well. Oh, excuse me. Yes, go check out my description box. This is a somebody who I definitely like to watch as well. He does great commentary. If you're not familiar with Luke Beasley, you may want to check him out. He does some great content. Um, Adam Mokler, great content. Go check these people out because you will get stories that our mainstream media refuses to talk about. And, you may want to check these out. Now, well, I was talking about that coin that he's selling to the public. Let's talk about this. Okay. The meme coin grift. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you guys so you guys can really understand what is going on in this White House. Uh, you're getting poorer as he's getting richer, doing things that he is not supposed to be doing in office, and they cannot get the votes of to bring him up on any type of charges, investigations, or anything, because this Senate somehow thinks that if they stay lockstep with this loser and that loser Elon Musk, we're going to talk about that loser as well. That fucking welfare queen who has gone up and gotten all of our personal data and information for free, who said he was going to save the United States at first $2 trillion and then $1 trillion, and then came down to he saved the American people $160 billion. And you know how much it costs the United States to have Elon Musk alleged, and let's be clear that $160 billion is bogus as well, because once they went through the $160 billion that he's alleging that he has saved the United States, and now he's going back to his own business, and he's done, and he may make a couple of more stops. Now that $160 billion is some bogus receipts too. And you know how much it costs? They say that at most that they can find that they have real receipts for is $50 billion. And you know how much that costs? To save this alleged $160 billion that turned out to be more like $50 billion. It cost $135 billion to save this $160 billion. And this is who you put in charge of waste, fraud, and abuse. If it costs you $135 billion to save $160,000, are you fucking kidding me? Okay. I'll get there. I see. I'm just way ahead of myself. This has been a busy 100 days. So let's hear about Trump's corrupt meme coin. Just got way worse. This is on Adam Schiff's page. The link is in my description box. Go check it out.
Believe it or not, the most corrupt act by Donald Trump just got a whole lot worse. I am referring to here his meme coin, his digital currency. Do you remember this scene in the White House?
I don't know much about it other than I launched it. I heard it was very successful. I haven't checked it. Where is it today?
He made a lot of money, sir.
How much?
Several $1 billion, it seems like, in the last several days.
Several billion? That's peanuts for these guys.
That was very early on in the Trump.
Yes, that was very early on in his administration. That was a couple of days. Remember, he launched this coin either 1 or 2 days before his inauguration. So they're going to try to act as if this was a pre-existent thing that he had. Oh, he had this before he was inaugurated. Okay, so let's be real clear. It doesn't matter how much he gets. 85% of the transactions when people are buying or selling. He gets 85% of it, and he had already made a couple of $1 billion 2 days later. How much is it I did? I'm so rich. I'm not shaking on it. We know you a money grubbing motherfucker who wants to appear richer than you have always been. If you were so rich, you wouldn't be selling no motherfucking bogus ass coin to motherfucking gullible ass dummies. Let's continue.
Administration. He announced, frankly, even before his inauguration, he was launching a meme coin. In that scene, though, he's giddy over how much that meme coin is making him. The reporter asks him, are you going to continue trading that coin? And his answer is yes. And he wants to know how much money he's making. Well, now with the passage of time, we know how much money he's making. We know how big the grift is, and it's breathtaking. He has, just in commissions alone, made hundreds of millions of dollars from this meme coin. So how does that work? Well, whether the coin goes up in value or it goes down in value, and it has done both, he and his family get commissions on the purchase or sale of that coin. So those commissions go to him regardless of whether it improves in value or decreases in value. It's a bit like this explainer.
And then you just keep doing this again and again and again. Meanwhile, he thinks he's getting shit rich, which he is on paper. But you and me, the brokers, we're taking home cold hard cash via commission, motherfucker.
But it's more than that. Who exactly is buying this coin? And for what reason are they buying the coin? Well, it could be a lot of reasons. A meme coin allows investors to speculate and make money from speculation on the currency. It can also be a way of supporting a celebrity or a particular moment in our cultural history. But in the case of this presidential coin, it opens up the opportunity for individuals and foreign governments to influence the policy and practices of the United States of America. So if you're a foreign country, let's say you're a Gulf nation, and you want favorable treatment, or maybe you want favorable tariff treatment by the administration, buy the president's meme coin, because you have to believe that Donald Trump pays close attention to anyone that is buying a massive amount of his meme coin and putting money directly into his pocket. That can warp our tariff policy, can warp our foreign policy. And of course, it's not just foreign governments or foreign individuals, but it's anyone who has business before the government. Take this case. This is Justin's son. Justin Sun is big time in the crypto digital currency space. He was being investigated by the SEC for fraud. Well, that was before he made $75 million worth of purchases of Trump meme coins. Well, it won't surprise you to learn that the fraud case against Justin Sun has now been put on hold by the Trump administration. And this is the problem, that people can buy favor with the government by buying this meme coin. Now, whether that's the case with Justin Sun or it isn't, the American people simply cannot know now with this administration whether it is acting on behalf of the American people or on behalf of Donald Trump's financial interests. So how did this just get a whole lot worse? Well, it got worse with this invitation. This is an invitation to come to a gala dinner. And how do you get invited to this special gala dinner with Donald Trump, the most exclusive invitation? It is billed as a part of this invitation. All you have to do is be one of the top 220 purchasers of the Trump meme coin. Well, just since that announcement was made, just since that invitation was made, that coin has appreciated 70% in value. It's gone up by 70%. Somebody is buying a lot of Trump meme coin to go to that gala dinner. Someone is.
Oh, and it gets a little worse. The direct selling away of the office of the presidency. There is a gift that only someone in his position could give. Only the president can offer for cash. Offer up for cash. A tour of the White House. I think it was a kind of like lottery of people who, I think it's he's going to talk about it, people who own $25,000 worth of this worthless coin, and you get put in a lottery for a personal tour of the White House. Now, what do? You put some money in his pocket. That's what you do to get a personal. Then they had to discreetly. It says personal tour, and then they had to discreetly take of the White House off. They jumped the gun. They showed their hand, and then they had to backtrack a little bit. But the personal tour is nonetheless is still available. Let's continue.
Is buying a lot of influence with Donald Trump. But that's not all, because there's also this invitation. That's right. If you want to go to the VIP special reception, you have to be one of the top 25 purchasers of the meme coin. But don't just rely on the reception or the dinner, because there's this special for those top buyers of the meme coin, those top contributors to Donald Trump's personal wealth. There's a VIP tour. And this invitation makes mention of the tour being of the White House. That's right, of the White House. Now, this particular invitation was pulled off the internet. So at this point, you top 25 buyers of the meme coin, we don't know where your special tour will be, but there's no mistaking what is intended to be conveyed here. And that is, you get a special treatment at the highest levels of the US government for enriching Donald Trump. Now, it's not just Donald Trump. It's the whole family's getting in on this thing. Melania had her own meme coin announced also before the inauguration. And the Trump kids, Eric and Don Jr., not to be left out, they've got their own crypto businesses. This is a scene in the Trump family right now. But it wasn't just the appreciation in the meme coin since this invitation went out. Just the transactions alone have made Donald Trump and the Trump family $1 million. So sending this invitation out, another $1 million in Trump's pocket. You might ask, so what's so different between this, having this special event for buyers of the meme coin, with Donald Trump hosting a fundraising event and raising money for the Trump campaign? There is a very big difference. And the difference is this: when Donald Trump hosts a campaign fundraiser for his own campaign or the Congressional Republicans campaign or some other pet campaign cause, that money goes to the campaign. But the money here, the purchase of the meme coins here, this special dinner, that money goes into Donald Trump's pocket. That's his personal wealth. That's paying off Donald Trump directly. Not some campaign, not some philanthropic cause. No, this is money that enriches Donald J. Trump. So the Trump kids.
Okay, so that's money for absolutely nothing but access. That's what it's for. And to put the fat in his pockets, which he is not supposed to be doing in office. So let's go over. I'm gonna keep going. I think we are at the point where I think the guy is from Ohio, has drafted seven articles of impeachment. Let's get to the impeachment articles. Happy 100 day 4547. Okay. Articles of impeachment. This is in my description box. Representative Cherie Tandler files 7 articles of impeachment against Trump, accuses him of tyranny, bribery, abuse of power, and unlawful moves with Elon Musk. Okay, let me share this with you. Let me present this to you. Here we go. According to ABC News, Representative Sherry Tander has formally introduced 7 articles of impeachment against 4547, accusing him of violating the Constitution, committing acts of tyranny, and abusing his power as president. In the lengthy 29-page document, Tandler listed 7 articles accusing Trump of obstruction of justice and abuse of executive power, usurpation of appropriate power. He usurped his appropriations power, abuse of trade powers, and international aggression, violation of First Amendment rights, creation of a unlawful office, which would be Doge, bribery, and tyranny. The Michigan, he's from Michigan. The Michigan representative laid out his argument alleging Trump imposed unlawful tariffs on foreign nations, causing a sharp decline in the U.S. economy. Standard cited Trump's recent intimidation tactics towards Gaza, Canada, and Mexico as evidence of abuse of power and international aggression. Standard accused Trump of unlawfully seizing Congress power to appropriate funds, violating the Constitution. They definitely did that. All of these things that had been approved, the spending that had been approved by Congress to be spent specifically in specific ways, they have clawed back the money, and we don't even know how they spent the money. Maybe that's when some of that $135 billion that they paid Elon Musk to rid out waste, fraud, and abuse when he was the waste, fraud, and abuse. Okay. Ronnie, just read the goddamn thing. Tander accused Trump of unlawfully seizing Congress's power to appropriate funds, violating the Constitution, stating he had signed numerous executive orders directing agencies to withhold funds appropriated by Congress, and he definitely did that. Trump is also accused of obstructing justice by directing and permitting his subordinates at the Department of Justice to violate their oath. Tander claims that Trump dismissed fraud and bribery charges against Mayor Eric Adams in exchange for political favors. He definitely did, and cites Trump removal of Kilmer Armorado Abrego to El Salvador, despite a court order prohibiting it. He definitely did that. Thander also claims that the creation of Doge was unlawful, arguing that Trump granted Elon Musk powers without complying with the constitutional requirements that the U.S. office that U.S. officers must swear an oath to support the Constitution. He definitely did. And then when they filed paper in court, he said that white chick, what's her name? Harpo, who this woman, what's her name? Susan or whatever, who was on vacation. And then he said she was overdosed. Ow. And I have a whistleblower who's going to speak. We're gonna talk to the Doge whistleblower. We ain't gonna talk to her. We're gonna hear her talk to somebody else. The Doge whistleblower also talks about this Susan chick who was on vacation, and then they was put in court papers that it was her, not Elon Musk, who was over Doge. Oh yeah, we got a whistleblower on this bullshit. Now they said that remember they had announced Doge prior to the inauguration, and then closer the day before the inauguration, they said that Doge was going to be under the media division department of the White House, kind of like the tech support. You know, the people who create programs to make different government agencies run smoothly. So with Elon Musk being from Silicon Valley, it just seemed like, oh, well, he's just, putting him in an area that he's more familiar with. No, that was just for looks, because if he put him in that department, he would not have to go before Congress and agreed to uphold the Constitution. That's why Doge was changed from just its independent name to fit under that. I can't remember the Digital Assets Department of the White House. And when I remember when I did the story, the digital assets, what did he tech support now? Oh no, but he was far more than tech support. He was put under that arm of the White House so he wouldn't have to go before Congress. And all of these Marjorie Taylor Greene hearings of efficiency and all of this, they refused to call him before Congress. Okay, let's continue. On top of that, Tangier alleged that Trump engaged in rug pull and pump and dump cryptocurrency schemes and accepted nearly $1 million in free legal services for personal benefit. Lastly, Sanders' accusations of tyranny stem from claims that Trump violated citizens' free speech rights and undermined the system of checks and balances by hoarding powers for himself. I think he undermined the system of free speech by arresting college students who spoke in support of the Palestinians as well. So that's what I wanted to show you. Let me see what you guys have to say. Hey, K Baron, grand rising to you. Thank you all who have come in. Leonard, grand rising. So the Trump coin is a payoff. I know a couple of slow folks that bought that coin. Now I'm like, yeah, they get 85% of any trading of that coin, and I'm pretty sure they got more than 1 million, as Adam Schiff said. Ain't he in Michigan today? Yes, he's in Michigan today. The funny thing about him being in Michigan today, the port of the biggest union for our ports was acting as if they may cozy up to him and endorse him prior to the election. Now this same union president is saying how he is ruining all of their jobs. Now he's reaming him because the ports are empty. And these people who come on here and talk about how rich they are because their husbands are truck drivers. I haven't seen them polluting panels and chats anymore. Now that these truck drivers have nothing to haul across the country from ports to ports and all of this type of stuff. So, what they say, what is that? The last laugh, he who laughs first. What is that about the he who laughs? Laugh first. I don't know. Laugh last. I don't know. Something to that effect. But bitch, why you quiet now? Bitch, why you quiet now? What goes up must go down, bitch. Bragging about spending money is just a admittance that you don't have the good sense to save money. Thank you, M. Renee. He who laughed first, laugh last. Okay. They're all going to be unemployed. Yeah. Okay. Now, what's in Reno, Leonard? Elon be hiding out in Reno and by that SpaceX facility. What's in Reno? I know that SpaceX facility is in Brownsville, Texas. We did a story on that. Does he have another one in Reno? Is that what you're telling me? Everything is going to cost a fortune, and that if you can even get what you want. I told my husband go out and buy a lot of certain things because it's about to get hectic out here, and we don't have the control to stop it because China ain't talking to us. While 45, 47 out here lying and talking about, yeah, we've had he has a Tesla factory there in the mountains. Yeah, we have been having talks with China, and they know they need to come to the China table. China said we ain't had no talks, and we ain't having no talks. Now, he could be in Reno. I know he's not in Memphis where he's running those turbines engines and fucking up their environment, and he was only supposed to be allowed to even have 15, and he's running they say 33 without permits. So I know they are looking for him in Memphis. And when I did this story, I passed the story on and to someone, and they were like, oh, Memphis, they're not going to stand for that. But Memphis was unaware that they even had a contract in Memphis because they did it in secret personally with the mayor, and they have an NDA attached to it. And I would bust that NDA wide open if I was on the board of anything in Memphis. So they got that going on. I'm going to find me a friend in China real quick. Connected to Panasonic batteries. That's where those faulty batteries come from. I didn't know anything about that. Nah, sis, I see him sometimes, and the cops are all on that facility due to threats. Hey, Nita B. So he has his personal police force once again, like the Chicago cops that were standing around a Tesla dealership, guarding it while crime and murders in the city of Chicago have just gone unsolved, but they have time to send a whole gaggle of policemen out there to stand in front of the fucking Tesla dealership. He should pay for security. Exactly. He definitely should pay for all of this security that he's getting on our dime. But he's a whole welfare queen. Let's not forget all of this money that they give him for his projects. Now he's trying to get money for this Memphis project. If you are in there so quickly, you wanted to get this going so quickly, your AI Grok shit, you wanted to get it done so quickly because the Chinese have already fucking the Chinese have already built something way more above and advanced than you trying to get off the ground. So you're gonna go through hell and high water and fuck whoever fuck the environment, fuck whoever lives there. I need to make sure that people think that this bullshit that I'm this antiquated idea that I'm just trying to get off the ground is the greatest AI in the world. Is that what we doing? You got to sign the NDA to even enter that place. Yep, they deep undercover too. They're trying to use the police to help find all the missing black children they don't have time to look for. They need to have them doing that. But they protecting a mega billionaire. I apologize. I was looking for this video. I can't believe they took this down. Uh, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if you guys know that I think his name is Pastor Barber was arrested for praying in the White House Rotunda and on the Capitol Rotunda. I had it pinned, but now it says that the video has been privated. Moral Monday. That's what they're calling Reverend William Barber arrested in Capitol Rotunda. That's he had on a. Let me see if I can find a news outlet that is not a personal video. Hold on one second. Let's let me find it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if this is it. They're having something that they call Moral Mondays that they're holding at the Capitol. But William Barber was arrested yesterday. Let me see. I'll let you hear a little of his message. Let me get past this commercial. Okay. Okay, here we go. I want to play a little bit of this, of his message on Moral Mondays. He was arrested yesterday. A stand against injustice. Okay, and let's hear what he's talking about. If you guys are not familiar, you probably are familiar with him once you see him under his on his thing that he had over his robe. It said Jesus was a poor man. So let's check this out.
Everything you participate in, you should know how it frames. First thing, we want everybody to come up. I want the cameras, if they can, to move back some, because what's important is that the people be seen, not me. But come on, so all of y'all around, come in here as close as you can. Secondly, inadvertently, not intentionally, and I'm glad she said it because it gives me a chance to speak to it. One of the staff said, well, we're not on live stream because nothing's happening right now. Something is happening. When you go into deep meditation about something that is serious, this is not, Moral Monday has never been about just kind of a justice fellowship where we come to feel good. We come to cry. Not just cry out. But if in this country right now, you have people and you're watching them get up in the morning and the only thing they can think about is how many people they can hurt. And they got the power, at least the temporal power. That's a time for mourning.
That's right.
It's a time for us to, the first move in any nonviolent type of protest is, first of all, you got to get your facts so that you're not focusing on personality, but policy and the real problems. And second of all, you have to make sure, as we did on Ash Wednesday, that your adversary actually knows what's bothering you. You don't just start doing things. You actually have to have the kind of redemptive hope that you believe if you show folk the fact, they would change. And you can't be frivolous about that. They may not, but you have to believe in that possibility, because if you give up on humanity, then you're doing the same thing they're doing. Part of what it means to be a nonviolent movement is that if I didn't believe in the
Okay, so that was an arrestable offense. Now, Renee, you said, what did I say regarding what? They've been on every nigga around there since he did that Roman. Oh, wow. You mean in Reno? Wow. Now, and Renee, you're asking me what did I say about what? Now, they arrested him, but because he's talking nonviolence and all of this, and he gets arrested. That shows you what diabolical type of people that we're dealing with. Now, Z Sarah, I did see that thing that happened to that Scott guy who was having a crisis, and that's why we as Black people, we have to understand that we may be the reason. We may call our oppressor to actually kill one of our loved ones. His mother called the police because he allegedly was in a mental state. I didn't hear anything in particular of what he was doing. But his mother called the police out because he was having a mental break, and the police came out and they killed him. That's what happened. They tasered him. You could hear him saying, "Oh, my neck, my neck," and they telling him to do all these different things and this, that, and the other, and he wound up dead. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my cousin worked at the Panasonic warehouse. He be telling me everything. He did kept saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." It was really horrible. Now, did you guys hear about the black man in Tennessee? And the reason why I'm talking about it because there's been an update on the case. Let me show you this case of this black man in Tennessee. An old black man. He was in the service for years. You know, they have, what is that? What is that? Oh my God. In Tennessee, it goes across Tennessee and Kentucky. They have this big military base there. I can't remember the name of it. Hold on. Let me find this. Let me find this right quick. The civil rights attorney. Okay. I want you guys to hear this update. So it's on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee. What is that? And that's the first place that you know that we're in combat, because that is the first place that they start bringing people out of to go to regions that we're going to have combat in. So let me see. I can't remember the name of it. Are you guys familiar with that? Okay, let me share this with you. Okay, so this guy, he was in the service for years. He lived in Tennessee on the border of Kentucky, and he has started developing dementia due to his service. And there was what they call a silver alert. That's an amber alert for seniors. And there was a silver alert out for him because he had gone missing and they knew he had dementia. So he was walking on a dark road, and somebody picked him up off of the side of the road because it was dangerous. And they dropped him off at a gas station that was right over the Tennessee line in Kentucky. And then so an old meth written looking motherfucker who worked at the gas station said that the man got in his car. We don't know if that really happened. We don't know that if that really happened, and called the police. So when the police get there, the man is not in his car. The man is in the store. So the police comes up to him and immediately says, we got a call that you were assaulting somebody. So that was a lie. He came up there lying, and he said, "Well, where do you live?" And the man couldn't tell him where he lived, and he must be on something. Let me see, your pupils are awful small. Oh, you got some residue in your nose. Threw the man to the ground. And then starts doing the cop lie. Let go of my hand. Let go of my hand. In the meantime, while he's telling him to let go of his hands, you see both of his hands on the man's neck and head in his own body cam. So he's doing that. Oh, he's doing something to me, and then he punches the man in the head 2 or 3 times, and you hear the man snoring. You hear the man snoring. And then all of a sudden, the man has bit him. The man was kicking and fighting against him. The man was grabbing his hands while you saw both of his hands clearly in the camera. All of this. And then so when the paramedics get there and he's telling his lies, and then they get a word over the phone, over the radio, that hey, it could be this guy on a silver alert. He has dementia. He said, well, he got on 2 different shoes, and he was very belligerent with me, and the man was never belligerent. None of this happened. I'm telling the whole story. Then when the paramedics ask, do you want us to look at your injury on your hand? No, it's just like SpongeBob's snail bit me on the hand. It's nothing. Well, if it was nothing, why did you say that he bit you on the hand in such a way that you had to defend yourself and punch him in the head? And then he said he was snoring, but he wasn't unconscious because I could still feel him resisting me. Now, you done knocked the man out to the fact that he's snoring, but you want to say that he's still resisting you because you can feel him pulling. Make it make sense. When they asked the paramedics asked to look at your hand, what do? You put on your leather glove instead of showing them your hand where it was nothing, even if it was nothing. You're putting on your gloves. So needless to say that there is a lawsuit pending upon this officer. Let me play a little bit of this. This is the follow-up of this. Some of this body cam footage came from the man's attorney, who shared this with the civil rights attorney. I just want you to hear a little bit about this case. I think now this is the meth looking clerk who said that the man was in his car, and who strangely his accounts of the thing is written down in 2 different types of penmanship. He is the person who allegedly saw all the violence that this black man was doing to agree with the cops that he was violent, he was scared. But why is it in 2 penmanships? His statement. I don't know, but let's check this out. Let's check this out. A little bit of it. I hope he got dementia.
What was he like before you clocked?
I don't think he was actually alcoholic. He was snoring, but he was still not giving me his hands.
Remember the video I did about 4 months ago where the military veteran with combat-related dementia goes missing, then cops find him 10 miles away at a gas station?
Why were you inside his car? Do you take any kind of medication? No, your pupils. Can you look up in the air for me? Go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back for me. You got cocaine in your nose.
And literally beat him up.
Let go of my hand, goddammit. Let go of my hand, goddammit. You understand me? Put your hands behind your back.
They were still trying to prosecute this man just to cover their own asses. Well, huge update. The criminal charges have been resolved. A lawsuit has been filed, and his attorney has provided me with new body cam footage that's also outrageous.
Just a punch side of the head. That's it. I think the technical term is donkey punch.
Dentures versus Nuvia's permanent teeth in only 24 hours. Do you think you could break these?
So how did he end up missing 10 miles away from home, being harassed and beaten by a police officer in Guthrie, Kentucky? Master Sergeant George Henderson served in the U.S. military for 29 years. He retired in 2018 after combat-related injuries caused him to start suffering from dementia. On December 6th, he disappeared from his Clarksville, Tennessee home. He was reported missing. A silver alert was issued. He ends up being found at a gas station in Guthrie, Kentucky, much later on that same day. The local media reported the good news that Mr. Henderson was found safe and sound.
We have an update for you tonight. A missing Clarksville man is now safe and sound. That's according to the TBI. Investigators say 61-year-old George Henderson was found in Kentucky.
But that wasn't exactly true. While he was initially safe and sound when a Guthrie, Kentucky police officer first found him, within minutes, he would actually be injured because that police officer ended up taking him violently to the ground and literally punching him in the head, causing a laceration for which he required medical treatment, and apparently he would never be the same. And after people found out the truth, that same TV news continued to gaslight the public on behalf of those cops.
Police said in a statement that they had no idea Henderson was the subject of a silver alert during that whole thing. And Tracy, police tell us the officer handled the matter in the way he was trained and in accordance to department policy.
You see just how difficult the decision-making process is, right? In the throes of it all. Thank you so much.
Now, how do I know that this was gaslighting? Well, in addition to the footage, I have the officer's police report. Apparently what happened was somebody had found Mr. Henderson wandering along the side of the road and dropped him off at this gas station. And apparently what happened was the first lady who was working at the gas station just sort of watched him wander around and did nothing. The second guy who's working at the gas station starts doing the same thing, and then he sees Mr. Henderson get into his car, which I take it was unlocked in the parking lot. So he calls the cops. Officer Pritchett arrives, and this is what he actually said to Mr. Henderson.
How's it going, brother? How you doing? Good. Got a call about you assaulting somebody? What happened with that?
But that's not true. His police report does not say anything about an allegation of an assault. This is what he wrote. I was advised of a black male entering a vehicle unlawfully at the Exxon. On arrival, I made contact with the store clerk and stated the above George was inside his vehicle. I asked George if that was true, and he stated yes. And there was no mention of an assault. It was just that this man had gotten into the store clerk's vehicle. So not only is he asking a man with dementia if he did something he didn't do, he's also asking a man with dementia if he did something he didn't do.
I work with these guys. Yeah. Was it him you pushed? Who'd you push? I don't know what you're looking for me.
And I'm skipping around just a little bit for the sake of brevity. If you want to watch the entire conversation, I will link my prior video on this. But what the prior video did not have is the new body cam footage I have that shows what happened afterwards at the scene, which includes Officer Pritchett talking to another cop at the scene just after it happened and telling him that all that happened was Mr. Henderson got into the clerk's car. The clerk was not in the car, which he specifically notes.
So he was inside his car. Yeah, so just saying it. He's like, what's the carjacking statute? What's the thing? I have it ready. He was in it. He was in it.
Was he in the car at the same time?
No.
He was in it.
Yeah. So I probably got like attempted disposition of contents or something like that, or maybe I might can get him attempted. I read the car. I don't read it. Anyway, he was inside the car. He gets out. He comes to the store. I roll up. They hit the panic alarm. I come in here.
There was no assault that was alleged, nor that occurred, except, of course, the assault that victimized Mr. Henderson himself by Officer Pritchett.
He just here, dude. I don't know. He just put the shoes on. But I'm like, hey, man, you're in his car? And he's like, no.
Actually, that's not what you said. You accused him of assaulting somebody. You didn't say, hey, were you in the car?
How's it going, brother? How you doing? Good. Got a call about you assaulting somebody? What happened with that?
Perhaps somebody with dementia wouldn't have been even more confused if you had asked him if he had been in a car. You asked him if he assaulted somebody, but you wrote something completely different in your report, and you also told your buddy something completely different at the scene.
But I'm like, hey, man, are you in his car? And he's like, no.
And I know exactly why you did that. The reason why you did it is because at the very beginning of the interaction, you physically grabbed a hold of Mr. Henderson and searched him. You frisked him.
Okay. You good? You got any guns or knives on you or anything? Stay hands. Stay hands. Let me get you the gun. I don't have no guns. Okay, turn around for me. Turn. Give me hands. Where you live at? Walk up here. Yeah, walk up here to this counter with me. Lay up on that counter up here for me, okay? We're gonna figure out what's going on. Let me talk to this other guy. Live in this area. I got you. Go over and sit up next to that counter. We'll talk to him real quick. What's going on?
As I've explained in prior videos, this is known as a Terry frisk. Some police officers think they can do it whenever they want because they get scared. But fortunately, our Fourth Amendment rights don't hinge just on when police officers are scared. There actually has to be objectively available information that an officer would have had reason to believe that the individual was armed or dangerous, or armed and dangerous. And there was no indication that he was armed or dangerous. Again, dealing with a person with dementia, when you treat them like they're armed and dangerous, like he did here, immediately accusing him of physically assaulting somebody.
How's it going, brother? You doing?
Okay, so let's see how quickly he determines that he is on some drugs. Okay, here we're gonna get to this.
Good. Got a call about you assaulting somebody?
Immediately asking him if he was armed.
Okay. You good? You got any guns or knives on you or anything?
Of course, you confused the hell out of him. Officer Pritchett further wrote in his report, while talking to George, I could tell something was off. George was incoherent, didn't know his address, state, how he got there, and had on 2 different shoes. While talking to George, I noticed his pupils were very constricted and he had a white powder residue in his left nostril. I determined to be cocaine or crushed crystal meth. I then attempted to place George under arrest. However, the video footage shows a much less exhaustive investigation and conversation between he and George.
So he was attempting to take your vehicle? Okay. Hey, so why were you inside his car? You weren't inside his car?
Yes, it was.
You were inside his car?
He gave me a $100. He clearly told me to come over there, and I was telling them what he had on. He had all the stuff that he needed to find me and that person so he can come through.
I got you. Okay.
I ain't trying to do anything.
I understand.
You can
Do you take any kind of medication or something? No, your pupils are very, very, very tiny, pinpointed. Can you look up in the air for me?
I don't drink. I don't drug.
Go ahead and turn around, put your hands behind your back for me. You got cocaine in your nose.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie.
While George was certainly acting consistent with a elderly man having dementia, the quick and
he said, I don't drink, I don't drug. That's a lie. So he tried to act as if this guy was combative when he first met him at the door. This guy lied all the way through. And furthermore, you see, he was trying to tell what happened when he said, were you at the car? And he said, oh, I was only over there and this guy, and I tried to get out of the way of the traffic. I think that he mean that somebody was trying to, I don't know. I need to see video footage of him being on near or in this what looks to me like a working meth head's car. I really need to see footage of that. All gas stations have cameras, so he may have another person that needs to be sued as well, if they can even locate him at this point. Let's continue.
Sudden conclusion that George must be on drugs, which, by the way, is a common thread that you've seen in my videos dealing with dementia victims and police. This one is just completely bizarre. He just sort of out of nowhere claims there's something in George's nose. Now, we cannot see that I can see in this video footage, but this is certainly a situation where if you're going to arrest somebody without a warrant because you have probable cause that some criminal violation has occurred, you would want to gather evidence after the arrest, such as medical evidence that you were correct or physical evidence found at the scene that you were correct. Do you think this officer did that? Well, see for yourself. Officer Pritchett further wrote in his report, I then attempted to place George under arrest, to which he pulled away and began fighting me. George was taken to the ground, to which he then grabbed my arm and bit it. George was then struck with a closed hand strike to gain compliance following the force continuum. George went unconscious briefly and was taken into custody with no further incident. But watch.
He went unconscious briefly. That's what he said in the report. But when the paramedics got there, he's like, he was snoring, but I don't think he was unconscious because he was still resisting. The paramedic said that they needed to go to the hospital about an injury on his ear where he was struck with his hand for allegedly biting him. bite that he says didn't wasn't nothing, was like a snail biting you or something to that effect. And instead of even showing the area where this alleged bite took place, he put on his leather gloves. He started putting on his leather gloves to actually hide his hands. And the fact that they got the call that he was a missing person with dementia, and he was also recommended. He also recommend from the paramedics if they had something to swab his nose, so he can, he's trying to cover his ass now. He said that he saw some white shit in his nose, and then they said, no, you're gonna have to take him to the hospital to get that done. Did he take him to the hospital? No, he took him to jail. He took him to jail, and they tried to continue to press these charges, which they knew was bullshit. These charges that this man was on some type of substance after knowing that he had dementia. This is what they did to this man. Additionally, thank God his family took him to the hospital, and they had a urinalysis run on him that showed he had no illegal substances in his system at all. What do you guys think about this? What's the guy? They said his car was unlocked, but we did not see any footage there. They are not saying if they have any footage from the gas station. And when you look at this shady motherfucker, I doubt if the guy was even in his. The guy had dementia. He was just walking around, bumbling around the store. I doubt if the guy got into his car. I doubt that. This man has been in the service for over 20 years. This man is a man of means. Clarksville, Tennessee. It is not a. It is it's an army town. Clarksville, Tennessee is an army town, and he has been in the army. Is a military town. He's been in the military all this time. Clarksville, Tennessee, while not extremely wealthy, it is not a poor town. It is a upper middle class city. So let's be clear. This is a whole lot of bullshit. He ain't no hood dude, nothing. I'm pretty sure being in the town, in a military town, being in the military for so long, I'm pretty sure that this is no bummy low end guy. Let's be clear. Did he look bummy or low end to you when you looked at what he had on, except he had on two different shoes? Shit. Let's keep it a buck. Did you see what you saw? Or do they always see something different, even though what is presented before them? Let's continue.
Watching the actual footage, as I noted in the prior video, Officer Pritchett's body cam didn't line up with his claims.
Oh, man. Let go of my hand, goddammit. You understand me? Put your hands behind your back.
Even blurred, we can see that this cop has both of his hands on Mr. Henderson's back.
Let go of my hand, goddammit.
These 100% grass-fed beef sticks from Paleo Valley are 30 sticks for just $36 right now. But before
let go of my hand, goddammit.
He removes one hand to form a fist and punch Mr. Henderson in the side of the head, while simultaneously ordering him or directing him to let go of his hand.
You understand me? Put your hands behind your back.
This is clearly a lie, I guess meant to fool this Einstein who's watching from behind the counter, who, by the way, graciously wrote a witness statement for Officer Pritchett claiming this. It was about 9:50 p.m. I saw a man walk in the gas station as I was going out to have a cigarette. I asked if I could help find anything. He said he was meeting someone here. I, Robert, said I am the only one here and have been for some time now. He walked out. I decided to do paperwork and started to write down lottery numbers. I noticed the man going into my car. I then hit the alarm, went out, got him out of my car, which, by the way, this is now in what appears to be some woman's cursive handwriting, clearly not written by Robert, who wrote it, I'm sure.
Okay, so if he says that he's meeting someone there, would it be your natural reaction to say, if you work at the store, well, I'm the only one here and have been for the longest time? If somebody says, "Oh no, I'm meeting somebody here," maybe I'm 5 minutes ahead of our meet time. Would it naturally? Is that a natural response? That's what makes me think. Well, I'm the only one here, and I have been for some time. Who said that the time that he was meeting the person wasn't in 10 or 15, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes from the time that you asked him? So what point would it make for you to say that I'm the only person here? It wasn't like he said I was supposed to be meeting someone here. Make any of this make sense? It's bullshit. This motherfucker is bullshit. And that's why I would like to see any footage of this man actually even getting in this fucking motherfucker's car.
Officer Pritchett, who witnessed this thing, could tell us. I then hit the alarm and went out and got him out of my car. I then come in and called cops. The officer tried talking to him. He started to resist and fight the officers, then bit and kicked the officer. I was concerned for myself as well as customers that it may get out of hand. The officer did arrest him.
But I thought that he was the only person that was there. Now he's concerned about himself and customers. You got a cop there. What the fuck you concerned about yourself for? You know a cop will quickly pull out a gun and shoot this man. He was fighting and kicking. Was he really? So obviously, if he was doing all that, this officer would be treated by the paramedics before they even bothered with the alleged perp. Let's continue.
Now we go back to Robert's apparent handwriting, and Robert now says this: I was scared. I am still afraid, more now than I was before. It is hard to come to work. Something illegible. All of this has happened. I am glad that I put cameras in my car to protect, I guess, my car and me if something goes wrong. This will take time to get over and forget if I can. I am not sleeping at night because of it. So Robert was apparently really traumatized by having to watch this police officer punch Mr. Henderson in the side of the head. And he was still afraid of Mr. Henderson, despite the fact that the officer told Robert that Mr. Henderson was actually a missing person there at the scene.
So he's a missing person. He's a missing person. He's got dementia.
Now, maybe I shouldn't be too hard on Robert. I'm sure who he's actually afraid.
And what was that reaction about? What was that about? What was all this about? What was all that about? Let's continue. Bullshit.
Afraid of is the agent of his government that he watched beat an elderly man with dementia, who then likely coerced him into at least halfway writing a statement with the help of what appears to be some woman to help prosecute that victim whom he watched being victimized. Officer Pritchett also wrote in his report, EMS cleared George and stated that there were no signs of concussions or concerns. And George also stated that he was okay. But let's look at the new body cam footage that George's lawyer just provided to me to see if that is true or if it's just another lie.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. After he bit me, yeah.
Do you know what your address is?
Bit me.
He bit me as I put on my gloves. I don't reach my hand out there to show you. See, he bit me. But no, I'm putting on my gloves. He bit me. Where, bitch? Where?
Officer Pritchett makes the allegation that George bit him in the hand, yet no proof was ever provided of that. We see his hands several times. We see no evidence of any sort of bite mark. And at one point, the paramedic offers to take a look at Pritchett's hand, and he declines. And he states that, well, it was just like the kitty from SpongeBob biting him. In other words, there was no damage.
No, appreciate it, though. Yeah, hello, Kitty and SpongeBob. I'm okay.
Presumably, he's talking about SpongeBob's pet snail, meaning that if you got bit by a snail, you wouldn't need a paramedic to look at it because there's really nothing there.
Gary, you are a nut. Sheesh.
According to the lawyer, no documentation had ever been provided, even though he had the chance right then and there.
Okay, well, we'll get to it. We gotta secure this guy first. What's up? The lights are yeah, literally just hang out.
Daytime or nighttime?
Okay. How many quarters make a dollar?
50-50, right? Some questions are good, some questions are very bad.
Okay, so he said they asked him was it daytime and nighttime. He said it's daytime. How many quarters to make a dollar? 4. 50-50. Okay, some good and some bad. And you already know that he is a silver alert person with dementia. And you're acting as if, oh well, it's a toss-up. We're not gonna treat him. I understand why he was dazed and confused. He couldn't tell me where he lived. Now it all makes sense. No, now I have to figure out a way to continue this arrest of this black man. He has not suffered enough.
Where do you live? You live in Elton? Right next to my house. Right next to your house, okay. Where's your house at? You don't want to
I really want to put on me. Goddamn, I'll get bit.
You don't want any healthcare?
What can you do?
Or you want to do it? You're okay?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Goddamn, I've been bit. What can you do? I thought that it was like a snail biting you, but you keep on going back to the, well, goddamn, I've been bit. What can I do?
There's that animal pulls out, turns on the lights. I'm like, I'm going to pass the same. I'm like, okay. We're nothing wrong about it.
Oh, no, they just scared me. I was running. Wait, how one of you guys started?
That's fine.
The EMS person recommended to Pritchett that he be taken to the hospital to get his ear checked out.
Get his ear checked out.
Do what?
And according to the lawyer, the medical records indicate that EMS advised that George be taken to the hospital. But instead of taking George to the hospital, Pritchett did not take him to the hospital. He took him to jail in deplorable condition. And he had the nerve to write after the fact in the report that he took him there, quote, for housing, despite the fact that there was a silver alert and the police back home and his family back home were clamoring to get George back.
What was he like before you clocked?
Like this.
So he was unaware that he had housing. Jail is not housing. If jail is housing, when you know all of this information, you took them there because you are a person of low character. You should not be on the police force. You can't not even put your biases aside for someone who you know has a condition that mentally impairs them. Let's continue.
Is that
He's an 18. I guess we can go.
How was he struck? Is that the only way? Just his ear?
Yeah, just a punch side of the head.
Okay.
That's
How
it.
was that fighting?
I don't think he was actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the
technical term is donkey punch. I don't.
I told you, didn't I? Said that he got big and whacked him like that. That was the thing.
But he was snoring, but he was still not giving me his hands. I could feel active resistance still. Okay. Yeah. So.
He was snoring, but he still wasn't giving me his hands. I could feel active resistance, but he was snoring. And these dumb bitches are okay. Nobody said he's snoring, but he was actively. What do you mean? No, I mean, where's the common sense in any of this?
Signs of concussions or concerns. We actually see in the footage that Pritchett
Got big and whacked him like that. That was the thing.
But he was snoring, but he was still not giving me his hands. I could feel active resistance still. Okay. Yeah.
So while Pritchett writes in his report that EMS cleared George and stated that there were no signs of concussions or concerns, we actually see in the footage that Pritchett told EMS that, well, George wasn't actually unconscious. Even though he wrote in his report that George was incoherent, he was struck with a closed hand strike, which is a punch, that George went unconscious briefly. When the medical professionals arrive, he tells them, well, George wasn't actually unconscious. Not only did he lie, but he also prevented adequate medical treatment being given to George because he's withholding crucial information. So they didn't actually clear George. They never said that he had no sign of concussion or concerns. They said, take him to the hospital, but the officer took him to jail instead.
So just kind of like he was now.
Yeah, he just, yeah.
Aware.
No, not prior. No, he was not calm prior. Absolutely not. No. How's it going, brother? You doing? Good.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Just like this.
He was not calm prior to all of this happening. They asked him, oh, well, no, he was not calm. She said he's pretty calm now. Oh, well, he was not calm prior to this. Let's revisit that.
Had no sign of concussion or concerns. They said take him to the hospital, but the officer took him to jail instead.
So just how I use now.
Yeah, he just, yeah.
Aware.
No, not prior. No, he was not calm prior. Absolutely not. No. How's it going, brother? You going? Good.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Just like this. Yeah. So, yeah, I asked him, I tried to talk to him. I said, hey, man, I need you to tell me what's going on. Do you take any kind of medication? Because nothing about you makes sense. You got on 2 pairs of shoes. You just wandered in here. You don't know what state you're in. And that's as far as I've gotten with him.
He said he walked here at Clarksville. That's where he lives.
Clarksville,
Yeah,
okay.
That's true.
Okay.
How do you probably have some info on that? Name and date of birth?
Go ahead.
Please be advised that this could be a George A. Henderson that was reported missing and endangered today from Montgomery County. Break. He's here.
Go ahead. I found him.
How about you? The wife had advised
now
that
you're
the
prancing.
man does have dementia. He left the home today at approximately 2 o'clock, and he was last seen in dark-colored pants.
Here come the
He's
prance.
going to be matching description. So he's a missing persons.
Huh?
He's a missing persons. He's got dementia.
Okay.
And something in his nose. So I don't know what's going on with him. You guys hear that?
He got dementia and something in his nose. I don't know what's going on. You do know what's going on. You know that there's nothing in his nose, and you know you just beat up a man with dementia for absolutely no reason whatsoever. You know what's going on. Let's continue.
So now Clarksville, he's got dementia and a drug. Do you know your wife's name? Do you know your wife's name?
So after dispatch notifies Officer Pritchett that this is the missing man with dementia from 10 miles away, what does he do then? He asks the EMS people if they have a swab to swab his nose to try to now prove his case after he realizes this is the missing man with dementia, to try to prove his case that there's some sort of illegal drug on the guy's nose. Total CYA mode. But the EMS are like, no, we don't do that. You have to take him to the hospital for that.
Do you guys have swabs? Yes. Can you swab his nose for me?
We don't have like Q-tip swabs.
What do you have? Okay.
We have nothing that will help you with that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like
You're taking from up there. I probably have to. Yeah, probably.
Still, Pritchett decides not to take George to the hospital, neither to collect evidence nor to protect the man. He just takes him to jail. But fortunately, the family did collect that evidence for the officer after the fact. And guess what? There was no narcotics found in George's system or on his body.
Okay, so that's it and that's all. Just lie after lie. The lies don't stop. Poor guys is lucky they didn't lynch him. I definitely agree. The pig is trying too hard to flirt and lay down a cover story with those ugly nurses. Okay. How now you found out for the fascist you really are, Mr. Officer. Okay, so I put that link in the chat. Let me put this link in one more time. He does some really great stories. He is located in West Virginia, so you know some of his own cases are off the chain. So I really like this channel. If you want to go over there and check out some of his cases. He had a case where this judge actually this old judge actually went through a person's house. She gave the cops a order to search a man's house, and she actually went through the house with the cops, and it was one of his clients, and they were going through a divorce, and she was talking about DVD tapes and all of this type of shit, and that judge found her ass off the bench. She should have been off the bench a long time ago. Oh, he has some good cases. He collaborate with different attorneys who bring information about cases. Most of the cases, they have a body cam to accompany them. So go over there and check him out. You sub. Good, Z Sarah. I definitely like this person's channel. The civil rights attorney. He says, our rights don't end where your fear begins. If you are too afraid to be a police officer, get another job. In other words, because our rights don't end where your fear begins. That is his closing statement on all of his videos. So all of this, oh, I was afraid and I thought and all of this, no. It doesn't matter. Just because you thought or you were afraid doesn't mean that our rights. Stuff I seen like this is why I would never believe in this system of hypocrisy and lies. I agree with you, Leonard. This is the American way. He knew his racist ass violated. Most people don't see. If he's that scared, quit him, motherfucker, with your lying ass. I was scared. Good grief. I've never seen a more compliant individual. And then you see that they tried to thank you, M. Renee. I appreciate it. And then you see they tried to, the cop tried to say that he wasn't calm before the incident. Just lie after lie after lie. They just saw a black dude and acted accordingly. Assholes. They are not winning any literary awards for this fairy tale. White supremacy attacks soft targets, especially black ones. It's pretty obvious when a dementia patient is dementia sufferer is wandering around confused. Okay. Yeah, diabolical people. So go check him out. Now, let's get back to our celebration of these 100 days with 4547. I have a couple of more things. I got to the prayer. Now I'm going to get to the protests let me see. I'm going to go down the line. I have the Doge's saving versus spending. Okay. We'll get to this right now. How much Doge has cost us versus the amount that they say they have saved us in waste, fraud, and abuse. Let's check this out.
This year, for all the headlines, the crises, or the bluster, we're going to look right now at the objective facts and results about these 99 days, 100 beginning tomorrow. We're going to focus on key areas of this president's leadership, his priority policy of immigration, something he says he should be judged on, his clashes over the rule of law, and of course, the economy, where the Trump administration has faced the most sweeping problems and a very costly rejection of its trade war. This also is the very issue where candidate Trump vowed to focus his second-term governance, vowing to slash prices and inflation.
I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. I'll get the war with Ukraine and Russia ended. If I'm president-elect, I'll get it done before even becoming president. But if I win...
Hold on. Let me share this other one with you first. It gets straight to the Doge cuts that he is alleging, and then we'll go back to this one. encompassing his first 100 days in office. Okay, here we go. Straight no chaser to the lies about how much was saved.
Or saved 100. Doge says it has received or saved $160 billion, but they have cost taxpayers $135 billion. This is, put them up, man. This is what happens when you let a billionaire do government math. So Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency says it has saved the American people $160 billion through its push to root out wasteful or fraudulent government spending. I'm trying to get through this story without laughing at the obvious. The only fraud here is the guy in charge of the department. All right, but that effort may have also come at a cost to taxpayers, with a new analysis from the Nonpartisan Research and Advocacy Group estimating that
when I tell people she's 21 years old, they're just taken back. Without a farmer's dog, I truly don't believe she'd be here today.
Doge's actions will cost the American taxpayer about $135 billion in the fiscal year. The analysis seeks to tally the costs associated with putting tens of thousands of federal employees on paid leave, rehiring mistakenly fired workers, and lost productivity, according to the Partnership for Public Service, a nonpartisan organization that focuses on federal workforce. PSP's estimate is based on the $270 billion in annual compensation costs for the federal workforce, calculating the impact of Doge's actions from the paid leave to productivity hits. The $135 billion cost to taxpayers doesn't include the expense of defending multiple lawsuits, so the number is actually higher. These lawsuits are challenging the actions of the agency, nor the impact of estimated lost tax collections due to the fact that you have significant cuts at the IRS, you don't have the manpower. Doge has sought to slash federal spending by urging government workers to accept a deferred resignation plan, which allowed many employees to retain a full pay status and full benefits through September without working. No productivity, but pay. Another 24,000 government employees who were fired as part of the reform effort have since been rehired after a court filing. Once again, they are creating the waste. The department is. So, of course, the White House argued the analysis, quote, the continued attempts to sow doubt in the massive accomplishments of this never before seen effort. This is what they said, okay? Never before seen effort to make government more efficient speaks more about the illegitimacy of those peddling these falsehoods than the good work of Doge. White House spokesperson Harrison Field said, quote, the American public are in lockstep with the president's mission. Will not be swayed by lies coming from the legacy media. Sir, you're going to be employed as long as Trump has a job. Sir, you lie among the best of them, sir. Put him up again. New rising star in the ranks, MAGA. Sir, you are a superb Kool-Aid drinker. As we've now hit 100 days in office, it's only 100 days. Under the Trump administration, Trump has the lowest 100-day approval rating in 80 years. You know who brought that up? Fox News did. Okay. Donald Trump has the lowest 100-day job approval rating of any president in the past 80 years, with public pushback on many of his policies and extensive economic discontent, including broad fears of a recession, according to a new ABC News Washington Post poll. 39% of respondents in this ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll said they approve of how Trump is handling his job as president, down 6 points from February, with 55% saying they disapprove. Now, you don't have to be concerned about a recession, okay? The way things are going, we're going to skip a recession phase. He's going straight to a depression, okay? We are hitting that phase. There's no time for a recession. He's gutted the ability for import-export tariffs. He has completely, significantly, at least, if not completely, obliterated middle-class workers that are paid by way of governmental enterprises, okay? And disposable income becomes the issue third. Well, people are already buying less cars right now, less coffee, and less clothes. My economics professor would say when those three things start to decrease, when people buy less cars, coffee, and clothes, that's when you will see a recession transform into a depression. Why? Because typically those three things you purchase when you have the money to purchase or you have security in the jobs market to purchase them. Now, the previous low in approval for a president at or near 100 days in office in polls dating back to 1945 was Trump's 42nd, 42%.
So he was on his own standard bearer. He had previously been the lowest ranking president in the first 100 days, and he passed himself his prior administration and being the lowest rated president since the 1940s. Okay, so let's get back to this other. Let's get back to this other thing which I was sharing with you. So there's that. Here we go.
We will rapidly defeat inflation. Look at what's going on in the Middle East. This would have never happened. I will get that settled and fast. Starting the day I take the oath of office, I will rapidly drive prices down and we will make America affordable again.
Rapidly drive the prices down. A twist on his well-known campaign slogan, which is familiar and well-known because he plagiarized it from Ronald Reagan: make America great again, make America affordable again. Well, by this January, inflation was already cooling. Stocks were surging. The U.S. economy was the envy of the world, as the economists put it. And Trump took that economy and began with big tariffs on our trading neighbors, Canada and Mexico, continued to pile on more tariffs in what Murdoch's Wall Street Journal dubbed the dumbest trade war in history. Those tariffs rapidly wiped out trillions. Markets lost about 9%. Trump then retreating partly after blowback, then re-upping aspects of his trade war.
They charge us, we charge them.
This, I think fair to say, is worse than the worst case scenario of the tariffs.
Burning down the house to cook a steak. Economic Armageddon. Trump's trade war wiping trillions of dollars in value from these markets. I know very few people, very few people, I can probably count them on a hand, who think that this is a good idea.
The president paused his additional tariffs on dozens of our trading partners for the next 90 days.
Now, 90 days may not seem like a long time, but remember, Trump has only been president for 82 days, and it already feels like a goddamn decade.
Who can relate? So 70, 80, 90 days in, it can feel like a long time. That's definitely true for the largest companies in America. The drop was huge for them, about 9%. Compare that to the exact same benchmark across other presidents' first 100 days. Look at this, because these are facts. I'm going to leave it up for a second. If you start in the middle there, Obama up 8%. Biden up over 10%, partly because there was a brewing economic rebound, and partly because he didn't mess with it. In other words, you can take the macroeconomic wins and ride them. Look at the right-hand part of your screen. Down over 8% in 100 days, the worst record in this semi-modern era. And much of that, according to all the data we have and the economic analysts, Wall Street CEOs, and everyone else saying it was a direct response to Trump, not a random bad piece of luck, but an 8.6% multi-trillion-dollar rejection of what.
Oh, so none of this had to be this 8.6 drop. No, it didn't have to be. His tariffs is the reason, and his being a horrible businessman is the reason we're here.
So no one's saying that there haven't been problems in our economy. You can go to the inequality that's been getting worse for decades. You can go to the COVID disruptions. But life is usually compared to what? So Americans resented the COVID inflation that Biden oversaw. Now, they're even more upset and resentful of Trump's trade war, the slumping markets, the impact on small businesses, and their daily life. Because on top of all that, they still have a price problem. Meat, poultry, fish, eggs, things people tend to buy to feed their families are seeing prices continue on. That's from Trump's third month here in the 100 days. Other price hikes and surging inflation will continue with the tariffs unless and until he really rolls them back further. That's what the data shows. Now then, 100 days is a time as well to get bills passed. The honeymoon I mentioned. If presidents win a Congress, it's usually a legislative blitz because they have momentum and control of two branches.
And let's be clear that this major tax cut for the rich rich has not been passed. And now 45, 47 is threatening his Republican leaders that if about what will happen if they do not pass a tax cut for the rich. Isn't that grand? At the time when the majority of Americans are price looking at all of these price hikes for just incidentals, not including the things that we must pay for that has been ever increasing, such as the interest rates on loans, for mortgages, the utilities that we must pay for that are ever increasing, that we have no choice in paying for. So now we have to decide what we will pay for as far as for some poor people, would it be food or medicine? This shit is real. This is some real shit. Are you going to buy food that these tariffs have? Are you going to buy yourself a new pair of drawers because your ass is hanging out the raggedy pair you got? No, I can't buy no drawers. That shit costs more than my medicine. I need my medicine. Shit, I can just shoot my farts in the air. I ain't got to be shooting no farts in no drawers. That's why my drawers. Well, that's why the that's why I got holes in my drawers now from shooting farts in them. That's just shoot farts in the air. The hell with some drawers. Let's continue.
Which is the government. Well, here I told you we'd show you the facts. Here they are. President Trump coming up short on that score as well. Look at all of the ways people got bills passed, sometimes with divided or united government, but a lot. Even in the first term, Trump worked to get a bunch passed, but this time he is coming in low. 5 laws, none are major legislation on par with, say, FDR's economic reforms, or remember when Obama passed the stimulus coming into the financial crisis era? That allocated over $700 billion to juice the economy, and he passed it early in the 100 days in February. But Trump is effectively inactive with this Congress. Now, that's bad news for MAGA fans who want MAGA priorities to last, to be written into our long-term laws on the books. Because remember, while other presidential actions can be significant, they can be reversed by a future
we
executive
know
policy,
that's how
not a law.
Trump,
And Trump
he thinks that he has been very effective by eliminating other presidents' executive order and making his constituents believe that he is doing so much for him. But let's understand, he's doing everything via executive orders as well, which can be rescinded by the next president. You know, no other president decided to rescind some of the things that he has rescinded, which regards to civil rights and segregation and all of these things that he decided would be dandy to rescind. Let's continue.
Is famously leaning more on executive orders this time than past presidents, including his first term. This is a significant shift in how he views the presidency. And you can see there in this comparison just how different it is in these 100 days. But the orders also are a weaker part of a president's arsenal because, as mentioned, they can be reversed just by the next president. And
139 executive orders he signed, and he thinks that he is doing the thing, and no actual policies passed via Congress. Congress is ignored. I'm the king. I do what I want, and I don't need any approval from anyone else. I'm doing what the fuck I want.
And if you try to do too much through that instead of working through Congress, courts tend to narrow those efforts. Indeed, the entire Musk set of cuts use executive powers, his proverbial chainsaw, to try to slash temporary spending. None of that has involved going down to Congress and actually having some long-term change in the laws yet, maybe ever. And that's, again, bad news for folks if they want that stuff to last, because courts have blocked some of the Musk-related bids, whether it's trying to oust different rules or destroy USAID. Again, you could pass a law changing or eliminating USAID, but just trying to do it through this fiat means it's less effective in the long run. Musk has talked about saving $150 billion, lower than the earlier claims.
Hi, I'm Andy Levine, General Counsel at the DNC. We just sued President Trump and Doge.
I think we can do at least $2 trillion. I think we'll try for $2 trillion. I think that's like the best case outcome. But I do think that you kind of have to have some overage. I think if we try for $2 trillion, we've got a good shot at getting one. We can actually find $1 trillion in savings. That would be roughly 15% of the $7 trillion budget. I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in FY26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion.
A lot of announcements, a lot of talk, a lot of meetings. This is someone who is in business and made it his business to buy a giant social media platform where he is very focused on messaging and marketing. But unlike most serious people in government who do cuts, and there are a lot of Republicans who have advocated for smaller government and actually proposed budgets to show you what it would look like over the long haul, Musk has basically given few details about this. The Times reports he gave no identifying details on the majority of them after they did an accounting. But there's the conflict of interest that he has been trying to hawk Teslas from his struggling company on the White House lawn, violating pledges that he and the president made about a conflict. And even that hasn't actually yet enriched him the way he might have hoped. To the contrary, financially, the biggest loser of money is Elon Musk out of everyone, because he's also the richest and maybe had the most to lose, but he's down over $122 billion as we approach this magical 100-day mark. Tomorrow, that means Elon Musk has been losing over $1 billion a day. From a market perspective, I guess his allies might wonder how much worse would he be doing if he didn't have all of these insider relationships and access and White House marketing events. But it's a lot of lost money. So this is the economic piece. It's not the only thing going on, but it's affected the largest number of people the quickest. And if Donald Trump had done the opposite, if the markets were up 9%, 10%, we'd be telling you that. It's just not the case. And that brings us to the other reckoning that we are seeing as we approach 100 days tomorrow, which is in a time where people are more upset about Trump's policies, trade war, and entire set of priorities, downing the markets, breaking campaign promises to lower prices that he made. That sets up a lot more scrutiny and adversity, quite frankly, for the other parts of his agenda. Rewiring the way we do democracy, gutting the rule of law, trying to make agencies in the DOJ part of his partisan enforcement machine. Now I'm just going to open up to listen to the whole country with the survey data we have, including sources ranging from nonpartisan to Fox News, to what Republicans think if you ask them specifically, and what we're hearing from the people 100 days in is a big, wide rejection of Trump's current governing priorities. His approval crashing already to 39%, the worst in 80 years. He's underwater by double.
And 39%, I've seen it as low as 34% and 31% in one poll. 39%, I think that is too high. That lets you know how ignorant some of our American public is. And the followers that we have, just based upon all of the things that they love, all of the racist policies that are enacted. They will cut off their own nose to spite their faces. That is why I believe that his approval ratings are anywhere in the 30s. They need to be in the low teens or the single digits, in my opinion. I am stunned at them being anywhere in the 30s. Okay, so that link is in the description box. Let me share with you. Now, we know that I talked about, what is this? Hold on. I've been telling you guys a lot of what has been going on with Ibrian Traore and Burkina Faso. I want you to see what other nations 45, 47 is trying to broker deals in. So let's understand that he was saying that he had brokered a deal with Vietnam, but that has gone awry. And he was talking about Japan was coming to the table, but that has gone awry as well. Why did those deals that he was putting forth go awry? Because China came in and said, well, if you're going to make a major deal with the United States, you cannot have a deal with us. And therefore, those deals have gone poof. Those deals have gone poof. So I told you prior to any of this happening that that uh, Burkina Faso was also one of the new nations that were joining the BRICS. Okay, so let's see what 47 has been trying to do since Burkina Faso and Chad and what other nation? I did a story on all of them that have thrown out their Western colonizers out of their nations, who were just robbing their nations of their natural resources and not putting anything back into the African continent, which they said they would do. Let's see. Now let's see what 45 and 47 has been trying to do. Remember, he touted the lie about South Africa trying to have been taking away lands from white Africans, and at the same time, he's booting out Hispanic people. He's opening the doors up to just the white Africans who they are alleging that were having property stolen by the black South African president. And the white Africans was like, what is he talking about? That's not happening. That law was just enacted last month, and nobody's had any property taken away. And in the it is the property taken away is property that is not used. They want to only take the property away if they need to use it for infrastructure, and they just don't want to take it away. They want to try to negotiate on a price for these lands. The land that 6% of the white population that is in South Africa, yet they own something like 92% of all lands. It's not like they just want to steal it, but 45, 47 got off an airplane his first week and talking about the horrible things that are being done over there. So in response, South Africa said, you will not have any more access to our precious minerals. So then he 45, 47 came back and said that he's going to cut off all aid. So now Africa has finally caught on that fuck you and fuck your aid, because South Africa is already a part of the BRICS. They already have plenty of trading partners, and they are gaining plenty more. So what has 45, 47 been doing, besides trying to wrangle a mineral deal out of Ukraine? The people who really need their own minerals to rebuild their own nation, because 45, 47 has set up there and let Putin do anything he wanted to do in Ukraine, while he's taking intel information away from who is supposed to be our ally, the Ukraine, based upon what Russia is doing and saying, and never saying a bad word about Russia. Now he woke up last weekend and realized that he's being played by Russia, and he ain't getting shit from Russia but a dick up his ass. Let's be clear. Let's see what he has been running around and trying to do in Africa. For what? He wants to sell African nations on how great it would be and what he will offer them if they give him 51% of their rights to their oil in one country, if he gives them access to their rare earth minerals, to the great American corporations, not even for America itself, for American corporations, which means that does America no good. It just makes individual corporations richer. It does nothing for America. Let's see what he's been up to and being flatly denied over in Africa. Let me share this. And I don't know why our media pretends as if there's no such thing as a BRICS nation or any of this, and let you know that in the whole thing about these tariffs and all of this type of stuff, that these nations have other outlets to trade with. They just let the 45, 47 talk about everybody needs America. And y'all gonna wake up and understand that no, everybody did not need America. And that's why America is the only one out here fuck. Because while they talking about everybody needs to come to America, everybody around the world are making different trade deals with each other to usurp America, and the America that want to act so arrogant as if everybody need them, when in fact America needs everything imported into America that we need for ourselves. What my mom used to always say, it's a poor child who ain't got no home. And what's the use of having a home if you ain't got no toilet paper, you ain't got no paper, you ain't got none of the things that you need to live comfortably in your home, because it's all imported from China, and China said fuck you and the bullshit you tried to pull. Let's see what they trying to pull over in Africa. Let's check this out. African countries rejected Trump's offer. Let me see. What's the name of this video? And humiliated him. What happened next shocked the world. That's the name of this video. If you're interested, I'm just going to play a little bit of this for you right here.
Well, what just happened on the African continent is nothing short of history rewriting itself. 10 African nations stood up, looked Washington dead in the eye, and said, "We are not your pawns." This wasn't just a rejection. It was a political earthquake, a thunderclap heard from Accra to Addis, from Lagos to Johannesburg. Donald Trump announced to offer billions in aid, military alliances, and shiny trade deals. But beneath it all, this made Trump extremely angry, given his nature. But this time, he was completely helpless. The West expected gratitude. They got resistance. They expected obedience. They got a revolution. And now, the balance of global power has begun to shift. But what was Trump's offer, and why did 10 African countries reject it openly? In this video, let's find out.
So tell me, Stephanie, why Popular Pays?
Working with Popular Pays,
Hold on.
we were able to handpick
Apologize.
some amazing influencers, get
Number 10. Ghana. When Donald Trump extended a $500 million military aid package to Ghana, the world thought it might be a straightforward deal. But buried beneath the surface was a set of conditions so imperial in nature that Ghana's leadership didn't just reject in defiance. The aid came with rings thicker than control of its major ports. The Tema port was on the top of the list, which is one of West Africa's most strategically located ports. The U.S. tried using the excuse of so-called logistics purposes. In short, the United States wanted Ghana to trade its sovereignty for security, to become a pawn in America's geopolitical chess match with Beijing.
Okay, so they wanted them to give up their ports. Well, wait a minute. I thought that we were going to do some shipbuilding. We have ports here. What about the ports in Miami, Los Angeles? What about the ports in Washington? What about these ports that we have here to take in goods and services? Because you know that no goods and services are going to be coming here. That is the what African nations that have ports, because you're trying to get goods and services to come to those ports so that you can then import to America, as if you don't need China when you need China. Let's continue. And you're trying to rob the Africans in the meantime. They giving up their ports to you. Why? For logistics services that they may need to protect themselves. Seems like they're doing okay right now. Let's continue.
But Ghana did not. Its leaders issued a firm and unified response. Absolutely not. They rejected the deal outright, calling it modern-day colonialism and warning that no amount of dollars could buy their independence. Earlier, President Nana Akufo-Addo rejected it. And now, President John Mahama, who is one of the closest friends of Ibrahim Traore, didn't just stop at a rejection. He used the moment to declare Ghana's future course, one of non-alignment, self-respect, and sovereign diplomacy. Parliament followed suit, refusing to even entertain the base agreement. Civil society lead. Enraged by the boldness, Trump's administration retaliated like a schoolyard bully whose bribe was rejected. The U.S. revoked visa-free travel for Ghanaian government officials, a petty but predictable attempt at pressure. But Ghana didn't blink. The same week, Ghana hosted a Chinese investment delegation and announced new trade deals with Turkey and Russia. The signal was unmistakable. Ghana was done playing fiddle. Abuja. The United States, under Trump's direct economic plan, proposed billions in energy investments, technology, and security support. The condition? American corporations receive a 51% controlling stake in Nigeria's oil sector. In effect, Washington wanted the crown jewel of West Africa, the Niger Delta, the pipelines, the refineries, the offshore rigs, all It was not an offer. It was a corporate coup attempt masquerading as diplomacy. The reaction from Nigeria was swift, scathing, and unified. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a man known for his diplomatic tone, didn't mince words. This deal would enslave the next generation, he declared. The Nigerian Senate responded with fury, denouncing the proposal as an economic act of war. Activists stormed the streets of Lagos with placards that read, "Our oil, our future," and "Yankee go home." It wasn't just rejection. It was a rebellion. Across television, social media, and radio, Nigerians from all walks of life stood behind their leaders, vowing that not one drop of Nigerian oil would be handed over to foreign hands without a fight. Trump's administration, blindsided by the blowback, turned to threats. Economic sanctions, the halting of military aid, and the freezing of trade agreements were all dangled as punishments. But Nigeria didn't budge. Instead, they opened new doors with Russia and China, signing infrastructure and energy deals that respected Nigerian sovereignty and offered more favorable terms. Moscow promised technology transfer, not ownership. Beijing committed to refinery construction, not territorial control. In one of the boldest moves yet, Nigeria even invited Russian oil advisors to help with local production, something unthinkable under U.S. dominance just 5 years ago.
So I thought this girl was working out like crazy.
Oh God, I had my mic off. I said, while Americans are thinking that we are the do all, the end all, who did Nigeria go to? They went to Russia and China. They're BRICS partners. That's who they went to. They're partners in BRICS. You know, the BRICS that your American news never touch much on. While you thinking that you have this American dollar, that you some highbrow motherfucker, and you don't even see what's going on in the nation around you, while you think AI is gonna save you. AI ain't here to save you. AI is here to eliminate you and the need of you. So all of the wealth can go to the creators of AI, which you are not, and nor are you ever going to be. Because if you were, you'd be getting some of this government money to be the best you can be. Kind of like these tech guys, motherfuckers sitting on in the beef sector, acting as if everybody else is going to be left behind, while they asses can't even garner and keep up a motherfucking beef sector channel. Thinking they doing something with some bullshit AI music that sounds like garbage, and telling everybody else how they're going to be left behind. Coming up on hitting everybody's link to talk about their next bullshit weak ass AI produced music that sounds like turned over dumpster juice trash, and telling everybody in the beef sector how they are expendable. When they are, and when the only relevance that they have in life is to think that there's somebody in the motherfucking beef sector, the lowest of the motherfucking lows, who has nothing to contribute to educate the public. Nothing. Who's a fucking idiot themselves, thinking that this American dollar means something. Who don't try to uplift nobody. A typical ass dumb Negro. Ugh, these people. Well, damn. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers want to be the hot shots of the beef sector, talking about how many dollars they got. And they can't tell you a goddamn thing about real money and where the real money is moving around. And they're going to have that dollar to fucking heat their motherfucking houses pretty soon, because that's all the dollar going to be worth. But no, they watch the news. They are up on the news. So let me get up on the bullshit. They're going to be the last to know. They're going to be the last to know, because ain't nobody playing this dumb shit with the United States anymore. They're like, no, you're not going to fuck us anymore, because we got what you need. We got what you can't get for yourselves. Motherfucker, you guys are going to have to acquiesce. Since you want to, since y'all want to support and vote in a motherfucking idiot, you're going to get what your hand called for. And unfortunately, everyone else will as well. Let me do one more nation of this. Get beyond this fake ad. Hold on one second.
But powerful. Nigeria would never again allow itself to be an economic colony, no matter how shiny the chains. The oil beneath its soil belongs to its people, not to Wall Street, not to Washington. And if that means walking away from billions dangled in front of them by Trump's team, so be it. Better to build a nation with dignity than to sell it for a quick payout. Number 8. South Africa. Trump's offer to South Africa was cloaked in economic seduction, including preferential access to elite U.S. markets, billions in trade investment, and a host of diplomatic perks. But beneath the shine was the real demand: leave BRICS. Abandon China, Russia, Brazil, and India. Side fully with Washington. It was more than a
Now, why would they? Why would they even leave BRICS? Why? Why would they leave BRICS? Is BRICS were BRICS any of the nations in BRICS telling their country lies that the South Africans were encroaching on the white Africans' land and trying to steal their land? And I hear that they're doing some other horrible things to them over there. Oh, this stuff that I can't even excuse me, I can't even say. You of course you can't say it because it wasn't happening. Get off the plane all of a sudden firing warning shots about what's happening in South Africa when absolutely nothing. So why would they leave the BRICS? Okay. Let me let y'all hear this.
Geopolitical maneuver. It was an open attempt to fracture the growing independence movement that BRICS represents for the global South. But President Cyril Ramaphosa didn't blink. His reply came not in whispers, but thunder. We are not your puppets. He rejected the offer without hesitation and publicly reaffirmed South Africa's commitment to BRICS, declaring that no superpower had the right to dictate his country's alliances. The South African public roared in support. Protesters waved BRICS flags in Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. Intellectuals, youth movements, and even members of the business community spoke in one voice. South Africa would not be bought, bribed, or bullied. The U.S., enraged, retaliated by slapping tariffs on South African exports like wines, metals, and textiles. It was a clear punishment for insubordination, but South Africa did not waver. Instead, it strengthened its trade deals within BRICS, began talks with Russia and China for expanded infrastructure cooperation, and positioned itself as a gateway for BRICS investment into the rest of the continent.
But who again? Who keeps coming up in this conversation? Russia and China. Russia and China. Russia and China. And where is the U.S. in any of these conversations? Let's continue.
What Trump hoped would isolate South Africa only made it stronger. Number 7, Ethiopia. The Trump administration dangled a glittering military and economic lifeline to Ethiopia. Hundreds of millions in aid, defense contracts, and security guarantees. The catch? Ethiopia would have to hand over its skies. A massive U.S. drone base was to be constructed, and the Pentagon demanded full access to Ethiopian airspace for counterinsurgency.
You know, kind of like those drones that was it Ethiopia? I think it was Ethiopia. Or was it where did they strike those drones the first week of this administration? Was it Ethiopia or was it in Africa? I reported on that. I think it was Ethiopia. Don't quote me. Remember that I said that they did a drone strike and not many in the U.S. even knew that this strike had happened, as if they were at war. Who are we at war with? All of these war declarations and all of these strikes on Yemen and all of this war fighting. When did we go to Congress to declare war with anyone? That's what I need to know. With all of this bombing that we have been doing and assisting in doing, when have we and these declarations of war to invoke the Alien Enemies Act? When have we went to Congress to have a vote to declare war on anyone? Never. Let's continue.
See operations. To some, it sounded like security cooperation. To Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, it sounded like an occupation. He didn't just say no. He declared, "We will handle our own security." Ethiopia would not become another launchpad for American war games. When the U.S. cut military aid in retaliation, Ethiopia's response was stunning. Within months, it unveiled its own drone and ammunition manufacturing facilities. Built.
Okay, so if you want to continue, Somalia. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, it may be somewhere else. Somalia, yes, and a lot of people didn't know about that. So this link is in my description box. If you want to see how we are being stopped at every avenue where we think that we have some power, go check it out. Where we can exert some power, and we expect everybody to just bend over and give us all of their riches. It's not happening anymore. So uh, 47 has gotten the United States in the pickle. And let's be clear, we are not out of this pickle as of yet. And let's be clear, the reason why Amazon is acting as if they need to explain to us why their prices are going out, because they know that they're going to have to sell stuff at higher prices, or they're going to have to get their shipping books in order. They're not just going to continue to ship shit over here that they are unable to sell. And it's going to be a lot of shit that we are going to be unable to buy, because it's going to be so crazy in the price that we have to pay for things now. Thanks to 47. This is the first 100 days. And if you think you're going to get up and protest, don't forget about we have 180 days for him to enact everything, this secret thing that they have in Project 2025 that they want to enact in the first 100 days of his presidency, which does include martial law, which does include sicking the military on any protesters. So y'all gonna let them people who voted for him go out there and protest, because as soon as y'all get out there, anytime we protest anything, it's not protest all, then it becomes riots because of the color of our skin. So if you sat on your ass and you didn't vote, yeah, take your black ass out there and get what it calls for, because you are the one who need to protest. See, now all of these motherfuckers are real silent now. Now all of these dummies are silent now. You don't hear none of this. Well, how good 45 and 47 is for the United States economy. Well, I'm voting on him for the economy. He's good for the economy. Where are all of these voices now? Where are all of these black 45, 47 sympathizers now? Where are they? What are they hiding under tables, licking his boots? Because they're not licking his boots out in the open like they was when a black woman was on the ticket running for him, telling them the things that she had as her policy agenda, which is one thing that he never gave when he was on the campaign trail, any policy agenda specifics, nothing. But you Negroes was around here waxing poetically about this motherfucker. Where you at now? Where you at now? Let me drop my link. Maybe you in the clouds. No, you ain't in the clouds. You over there chasing after some bullshit. That's where you at. You over there chasing after some bullshit. Black people love to be ignorant. I tell you. It's a goddamn shame. White people too. Mexicans too. Hispanic people love to be ignorant, because all of you motherfucking ignorant motherfuckers got him elected in office. Hit the link. Converse. You can't. You can't converse. You totally cannot converse, because you have nothing to add. The motherfucking tablecloth has been whipped off of all of that dumb bullshit you motherfuckers were talking. The link is pinned. Hold on one second. Where's the political pastor who can just talk surface shit about politics, his new content? Where's the political pastor? I said, hold on for a second, Z Sarah, I'm back. Okay. Right, Ronnie Q. Everyone's to blame for this mess. They all thought someone else was going to get the beat down, but now they're beginning to see it's them as well. Child. Everybody was a contrarian. Everybody want to have a contrary message. Everyone wanted to be the smartest person. Everyone wanted to be so white aligned with everything. Everyone wanted to have a new way of thought, which was aligned with the people who are successful in all of this. Where you at now? Where are you now? You're hiding under a bunch of bullshit. That's where you're at now. You're hiding under a whole bunch of bullshit, and you have absolutely nothing to offer. Okay, so let's continue. I think I have a couple of more things I wanted to touch on. Let's talk about the propaganda. Have you guys heard about the propaganda that has been set up in the White House to celebrate the first 100 days of 45, 47 being in office? Let's look at the propaganda on the White House lawn. Why don't we? I really would be remiss if I did not present this to you. So let's check this out. I wonder if you guys heard about this. I am just here to give you some information that you may or may not have heard. So don't forget, this is my only goal on here, and it just really, okay, let's continue.
MAGA Christian Caroline Leavitt is showing her Christianity in her social media this morning when they have arranged mugshots of, quote, illegal aliens and placed them all over the White House lawn of the United States of America. Here they are. And these people are showing us time and time again exactly who they are. We don't know if these people have had due process. Furthermore, we don't decorate the lawn with this. What they're trying to do is normalize the dehumanization of brown people. That's the purpose of this. And there's a young generation, a generation of children and a generation of young adults who are seeing this. And this is propaganda from an authoritarian regime that is trying to make this normal. But they also are trying to make things like this normal. Next up, I'm going to show you a video side by side of a Nazi group doing a Sieg Heil in sync with Elon Musk doing his Sieg Heil. Put up this video. They are trying to have it both ways. They want to call the left, the pro-democracy people, Nazis. When these people engage in this stuff, they engage in the same behaviors and the same marginalization that Hitler's Nazi Germany did. And now there's this movement where people are saying, oh no, don't call MAGA Nazis. Well, my response to that is quit doing Nazi shit. Quit having a Nazi at the top, right next to the president of the United States, making decisions on behalf of the government, doing Nazi salutes, and then putting all of the Nazi-style decorations in the White House lawn, dehumanizing and marginalizing people. All right, next up. Donald Trump, this is crazy, you guys. I think he needs to go completely to like an Alzheimer's dementia style nursing home. The Canadian elections are coming up, and this is what he posted on Lie Social. Put this up. Good luck to the great people of Canada. Elect the man who has the strength and wisdom to cut your taxes in half, increase your military power for free to the highest level in the world, have your car, steel, aluminum, lumber, energy, and all other businesses quadruple in size with zero tariffs or taxes if Canada becomes the cherished 51st state. It goes on like he's endorsing himself. spoiler alert, he's not running for Prime Minister of Canada. And this trolling of our allies is so disrespectful. It's so unprofessional. And it is so insane that he was handed an economy and relationships with our allies in a really good position. And he has taken a grenade and thrown it in it. And so my question is to the people who remain, to the people in the 30% that vote for this, is this what you want? Is this the kind of country you want? You want us to belittle our allies, to put posters in the White House lawn, to have somebody who does Nazi salutes in the federal government? Is that what you guys want? Because we're going to fight as hard as we can to prevent that from happening. Next up, the international headlines regarding Trump and his trade wars are so embarrassing. Let's put this one up from the Telegraph. Trump's attempt to upend the global order has already been defeated. America has emerged from the trade war as an international laughingstock. And then here's an excerpt from this article. Characterized by screeching handbrake turns, made-up policy on the hoof, and mixed messaging on steroids, it's been another week of chaos in Washington. If anyone knows what on earth it is that the United States is trying to achieve on trade and much else besides, then I'd like to hear from them. Because having...
Where's the lie? Where's the lie in either of these stories?
Come to the U.S. Capitol in hope of garnering some insight, I'm none the wiser. We are an international laughingstock. We are doing the shit that third world countries do, putting the signs of immigrants, and even if they have been found guilty or whatever it is, we don't put that in the White House lawn. This is intentional cruelty and propaganda that is making this seem normal, that is feeding. And these people are showing us.
Let's go back to this. Not only do they have, this is your government at work, your White House lawn. They also have the alleged crimes that these people are allegedly deported for. I thought that they were deported for being here illegally. But then they actually have crimes underneath them, and we know how well we can trust the crimes that they say these people have committed, because they said that that the Kilmar guy who is in El Salvador gulag. Now, do you know that they have moved him out of that El Salvador prison? What was the name of that? Whatever that the original prison. Since he was visited. Since he was visited by that senator, I forget his name. He has been moved out of that that prison that no one is ever to, what is it called? ECOT or something like that. He's been removed out of that one, but it's not clear where he's being held now. So now we have all of these. Now he is an alleged gang member. It has been touted so many times that he's a gang member. At first, he was on Tingray Aguago or whatever that gang is that no one had heard of in the United States, maybe a few people, but they tried to make that a name that people should have been, oh, he's a member of that. Nobody had even heard of this gang. I know I hadn't, and then now he's supposed to be a part of MS-13. Well, let's go back with MS-13. Everybody's heard of MS-13. We've worn that gang out for years on Fox News. Everyone's heard of MS-13. So now he's allegedly a part of MS-13. So now if he wanted to put people on the lawn, on the White House lawn, including the crimes that they have committed, I think that they could have saved money. I think that they could have saved time and money by printing out 43 pictures of 45, 47 of his mug shots and each of the crimes that he has been found guilty of in a court of American law. Not on accusations, but has actually been found guilty of by members of his peers. They could have had saved 43 spaces and did that, real efficiently. But maybe they had Doge to put up these pictures, so they weren't efficient enough to copy that one or two mug shots of 45 and 47 and put him on the fucking White House lawn with crimes that he has been found guilty of factually. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. Just in case you guys didn't know about that, that's something that no, I haven't heard about that. I'm glad he's alive. Okay. So he was alive the last time we saw him. They asked about proof of life for that guy who was arrested, the gay guy. They have not been able to comment on him. They say that they said that he was alive, but where he's being held, anything, they have not been able to comment much on that. Okay, so let me see. I did the emolument clause, the propaganda, the savings, the protests. Oh, did I do the protests? Maybe I have not shown you the protests that are going on in our nation. Let me see if I can. If you have not checked out this channel that I just showed, it's called I've Had It. IHIP News. I've had it. IHIP News. Their link is in the description box under propaganda. So go check that channel out. Like and subscribe them. And they do good stories. They're located, I believe, in Alabama. These women are from Alabama. And I tell you, this is a very, very good channel. Go over there and check them out. Let me drop their link in the chat. Go over there and check these ladies out. I definitely enjoy them and the truth that they tell. There you are. The hairdresser. Yes, the hairdresser. I love her. If quit doing Nazi shit. That is a fabulous channel. I hope you guys go over there and check them out. Now I have a couple of more things. Let me make sure I've shared everything that I had intended on covering in this live. I tried to keep it down, but I had to, some things make me go some different ways. So we're gonna go and listen to this 47 supporter say that the American people are okay with a little pain. They knew that there was going to be a little pain in this administration, but they're okay with it. But because they were expecting it. But the things that Joe Biden did were unacceptable. The things that he did with the electric car vehicles and stuff, and the emissions and all of this stuff, the people are not okay with Joe Biden ensuring that they would have clean water and fresh air. The people should not be okay with the restrictions that the EPA restrictions that were put on during Joe Biden, but they should be okay with 45, 47 giving certain car companies loopholes where they can get out of his fucked up tariffs. So you should be okay with whatever 45, 47 does, even if it includes you having to pay more for your cars. You guys understood that already. You guys are okay, or should be okay, because it's just for a short time. When you buy your car, when you buy a car, it's just for a short time. Sure, it may be tariffs on this week when you buy your car. Next week, the way it goes with this administration, the tariffs may be off. But unless you bought your car cash, it's going to be the whole time that your car is financed, that you're going to have to deal with this. And unfortunately, you didn't get the advanced word like 45, 47 people in the know, big bankers and things like that. Possibly you're not going to get the advice warning that it's time to buy up stock and all of this type of stuff because you're about to take the tariffs off temporarily. That's your fault. That's your fault. Okay, so let's hear this MAGA supporter talk this dumb shit. I thought you guys would be interested in this and find it quite ridiculous. Trump stooge unable to speak after caught in lie by a Democrat. Is the name of this video. It is in my description box. Let's go for it. If you're not subscribed to Jack Cochilia, subscribe to him. He does great content as well. I just want to play a little of this for you. He's in the description box. Oh, go check out his videos. He does great political videos, and I just want to share a portion of this back and forth with this congressman.
But I'll digress. It sounds like one of the other reasons that you oppose the Biden era rule, or why you support this CRA, is cost, right? Is prices. I heard an exchange previously with one of my friends on the other side of the aisle.
The financial impact
on consumers,
on my constituents and constituents across the United States.
And this is around car prices, right?
Specifically surrounding the EVs, the electric vehicles that consumers cannot afford and the consumers do not want.
And I assume you would agree with me. We don't want car prices going up, right? I mean, the last thing my constituents in Colorado want is the prices of their vehicles going up. And I assume the same is true of your constituents. Or is that not true? Or
my constituents, and those across the United States want to pay for the vehicle that they want to choose, not the vehicle that the government mandates.
Sure. I didn't think this would be a point of disagreement.
Government never mandated a specific vehicle for people to buy. But surely you must understand that even with your consumer wanting to buy whatever vehicle that they want to spend their money on, surely you must recognize that when they spend their money on the vehicle, they don't want to necessarily purchase that vehicle because it costs more money. Surely you can understand that they want to buy whatever they're buying at the best price. So trying to conflate the price of a vehicle with the choice of the vehicle that you're buying is dishonest. As if somebody's preventing anyone from buying the choice of the vehicle that they want to buy. But whatever vehicle they are buying, they want to get the best price for the vehicle. Did you get this bullshit he's trying to pull? Let's go back.
True? Or
my constituents, and those across the United States want to pay for the vehicle that they want to choose, not the vehicle that the government mandates.
Sure. I didn't think this would be a point of disagreement. You're saying your constituents don't agree with my constituents that they don't want car prices to go up?
I think if a constituent wants to buy a more expensive vehicle, that is their choice. The whole discussion here,
I hear you about that.
I don't want the federal mandate for that.
Okay. Now Mendez got you. Mr. Tonko, how about I ask you this question? Do the people of your district want prices of cars, generally, used cars, new cars, to go up?
No, of course
No.
not. You know,
Okay. Sounds like that's not a controversial position. I think most Americans don't want the prices of their vehicles to go up. Is that right, Mr. Joyce? Or is that I can't get you to agree on that?
I think that they want to pay for the vehicle that they want to choose.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I think I understand why you don't want to answer that question directly. And it's because you know that car prices are going up, right? That just 2 days ago, for the first time in 3 years, used car prices went up year to year, increase. You're aware of that, right? There's an article I can read to you. I don't want to go through the whole. There's an article from a Pennsylvania newspaper that I could quote to you that I can represent to you, attests that car prices are going up.
You bring an interesting point into the conversation, and that is my concern. As we decrease the number of internal combustion engines, which Americans want to buy, as we decrease those, we will see an increase in those costs if we force individuals into electric vehicles that they cannot afford.
So you don't think that the car prices going up, unlike every economist in our country has concluded, have nothing to do with the tariffs? That you think that is that's not a factor?
We saw used cars increase during COVID. We saw that increase in used vehicles.
Correct. 4 years ago during COVID. I don't really understand that. I'm not asking you about car prices during the COVID pandemic. What I'm asking you is
the market drives what those costs are. And what my
and why do you
concern
think
is,
the market is
and why
changing
the
right now?
CRA is in place is that we are concerned that that is going to drive additional costs that America cannot
I see, but you're not concerned at all about the tariffs.
I think that the tariffs are short-term pain for long-term
Short-term pain. Let me just tell you, I'm not going to, I don't want to impute your motives here. I can just tell you that my constituents in Colorado didn't sign up for the short-term pain that you're apparently comfortable with. They don't want car prices to go up. And the fact that you can't bring yourself to just even agree with me on that premise, the notion that generally speaking, we should try to keep costs low, to me speaks volumes. No one here is prepared to defend President Trump's reckless tariff policies and yet simultaneously refuse to concede to the reality that these policies are wreaking economic havoc in communities in Colorado and in your communities, sir. And I understand that we have a policy disagreement about this CRA, but what I am telling you is that for the first time in 3 years, used car prices on average went up 2 days ago, and there's a reason for it. So the reason is Mr. Trump's policies.
From the beginning of the tariffs, and I don't mean the campaign, when we pointed out again and again and again how stupid they were and how much it was clear that they would cause a recession if ever implemented. In Donald Trump's administration, I'm talking about, I was always so surprised that they just couldn't get a clear message on this. MAGA loves to lie. They're usually good at staying on one line.
What works in the holiday in Hollywood?
The goose continued to call out, as we see in this clip right here.
What works in the holiday in Hollywood doesn't work in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania.
I hear and I see you're reading from there. I get it. I'm not, these aren't gotcha questions. So I think you answered it. I think your point, what you're saying is that you don't believe that the Biden administration, the EPA under the Biden administration, had the authority to grant the waivers that it did to these states.
I do not.
Okay. Do you believe that the Trump administration has the authority to grant waivers to polluters?
I do not believe that the Trump administration is granting waivers to
You don't?
polluters. I do not.
Are you familiar with this new announcement? I'll read you this article. This is just from 2 weeks ago. EPA offers industrial polluters a way to avoid rules on mercury, arsenic, and other toxic chemicals. Are you aware of that?
I believe that we're discussing the California.
No, I hear you. You just answered. He said.
No, I believe we're discussing a broad array of topics. So now you just said that you don't know him to be giving waivers to polluters, and so now that it says verbatim a waiver for polluters in this, now you don't want to talk about it. He's making you aware. So he asked you a question that you did not answer because you don't believe that he's giving waivers to polluters. But now that you do know, answer the question. Don't tell me what you thought we were talking about. we're still talking about that question that you were unaware that you're not aware of him giving waivers to polluters. So that's what we're talking about right here now, sir.
You said that, I think your testimony a minute ago was that you're not aware that the administration is pursuing any potential waivers for polluters or for states for that matter to avoid compliance with the Clean Air Act, right? Clearly that's not, I guess you're not aware, but you're aware now, right? I've made you aware of that. Let me read you just a paragraph from this article. The EPA has set up an electronic mailbox to allow regulated companies to request a presidential exemption under the Clean Air Act to a host of Biden-era rules. Companies were asked to send an email by Monday seeking permission from President Donald Trump to bypass the new restrictions. This is a part of a, quote, a push to roll back dozens of environmental regulations. The Trump administration is offering coal-fired power plants and other industrial polluters a chance for exemptions for requirements to reduce emissions of toxic chemicals, such as mercury, arsenic, and benzene. You're familiar with this now?
With your reading, I think it is important that we return the discussion to what this CRA
I hear you, Mr. Joyce. I get it. You've testified at great length about this particular. I get why you're supporting the CRA.
I don't want to comment on this. I want to talk about the CRA.
I understand that. Seems like you don't want to talk about this, what they're calling the polluters portal. And I think you could understand why I would be frustrated and the people that I represent in Colorado would be frustrated. Because on the one hand, it sounds like you're taking the position that the EPA, under a Democratic administration, has no authority to grant a state an exemption to be able to impose standards that are a bit higher to protect clean air and clean water. But under the Trump administration, it seems like, unless you want to disabuse me of this, you're completely fine with the Trump administration granting exemptions to polluters to avoid the requirements of the Clean Air Act with respect to these chemicals that are regulated. Do you understand that discrepancy, why that would?
So God forbid you make a regulation that keeps the air cleaner. I have a problem with that. But allowing polluters a way out to pollute the air and water. Go ahead. We're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that at all right now. This is what I want you to see, these people who are apologists and who don't give a fuck about us. Now, I just told you yesterday about the newest thing coming out of Memphis with the muskrat blowing 33 carbine engines polluting the air in Memphis that he does not even have permits for. These people only care about themselves. You're absolutely. They don't care about poisoning our air and our water at all. And this 4547 is only interested in cutting regulations. Every time you hear these people talk about cutting regulation as if it's a good thing, it's a good thing for their pockets. It is a bad thing for our health. So with that, that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate Leonard for being here, Z Sarah for being here, Very Carey, M Renee. I thank all of you guys for coming in and checking out my show. Anyone who catches the show on the replay, Cracknetter33, I thank you for being here as well. Anybody I missed, I appreciate you coming out. We got 80 more days. Let's see where we are in this 180-day secret Project 2025 implementation of agenda. Let's see where we are at on day 180, because a lot of stuff has gone on. And if we look at the things that have gone on to impact our lives collectively and individually, we will, if we can be honest with ourselves, we'll see it for what it is. But we'll see who is still out here protesting. We'll see what, if any, changes this these articles of impeachment mean. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anything has these Republican senators wavering from doing absolutely nothing to get this person out of office, and it is blatantly clear that he's an albatross of around the neck of the United States of America. So thank you guys for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. Check out some of these links, some of these channels that I have been sharing with you. Some of this stuff is not a secret. Peace to you, fam, and I appreciate your support. Check out some of these channels. I dropped them in my description box, so you can definitely go over there and check them out. And on my way out, I'm going to drop this last link in there. I hope you guys go over there and check Reese Waters out. He has a, let me see. He has a segment today, and he's talking about Fox News reading Trump's awful poll numbers made my day. So he just dropped that 1 hour ago. Let me drop this link in the description box. He does political commentary, and he also makes you laugh. Reese is funny as hell. Oh, you already know. You already know. Reese is a favorite too. Oh, y'all already know. So those of you who don't know, if you don't know, now you know. I'm going over there to check out Reese Waters. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great remainder of your day. I appreciate you coming out. If you want to support the channel, $ Ronnie Q, or hit the like button, or just show up and give me a click and a view. I appreciate you all. Thanks for coming out. God bless and have a good day.
They are rare and they are few. Who can compare with Ronnie Q? So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q.